was a spot where everyone said they were going to go interview Captain Othelstan. And I'm going to insert Lee going, you don't need me for that. I'm going to go train for the Crusher.
That's funny.
So that'll explain why I'm not there. I went to go train to prepare for facing Crusher whenever he shows up.
Oh, Crusher, huh? Who's that?
Or what? I always keep forgetting what C word it is.
It doesn't
Chopper.
matter. Yeah. It's all the same.
That C word. You know what I mean.
C word.
Cat.
Okay, so last session, you guys went to. Well, actually, who was? Let's not break tradition. Who was last in the order?
I think that would have been me.
Brom.
All right, Brom. Let's hear your 2 cents for last session.
My 2 cents, yeah. So last session, obviously Lee went to go train to fight the golden swords. And yeah, we went to go clear out the forgotten or the abandoned tower in the castle. How do you say this name?
Skyreach Castle.
Skyreach Castle. That's the one I'm looking for. Yep. We went to go clear out the tower in Skyreach Castle, and because we were going to interview who's his name? As you can see, my notes are so organized. Othelstan, there we go. We were going to interview Othelstan to figure out more about the giant children and where their bodies are located. We then found that is infested by dead things. Or
Undead things.
For the record, we said moon elves. He said nothing about dead things.
I was getting there.
Aravan said undead things.
No, my
divine sense
divine sense figured out that it was dead things. Dead things in the water. Undead things, yes.
Yep, so we took care of those as best we could. Floristan got in a huff because he thought we were killing moon elves. And he and I had a quick talk about that, and it seems like we still have some unresolved stuff and some tension in the party, so we need to kind of resolve that up. But yeah, now we have Captain Othelstan, who I believe is like missing something, right? Isn't he like missing an arm?
He's missing an arm. I forgot to write that down in my notes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's missing an arm, and we were resting at the inn, and we're getting ready to head out to find these giant kids.
And what was the reason for finding the giant kids?
Oh,
the remains.
The mother of them her spirit has left the castle, so therefore it cannot fly, which is kind of like the coolest thing about Skyreach Castle. So we're trying to bring those back in hopes that that'll lure or bring back the spirit of the mother, so that the castle can fly again.
Now it's just a boring old castle. Without it.
Yeah, parked at Parnast. Okay, good. Thank you for that summary. So you guys are currently in the Golden Tankard. You guys took a rest. Lee caught up with you from training in the castle and came to link up with you guys at the Golden Tankard. And I believe you guys rested and you have Othelstan and everyone there. And we're planning to head out to get him to track where the remains were of the children. Let's see. Yep. So you guys wake up early morning at the Golden Tankard, and you see Leah's caught up with you guys at the night, and Othelstan still remains under your control.
So now that we are owner of this place, everything is free, right?
Well,
I don't think that's economically viable long term.
Not quite free for the taking, but
Alright, whatever. Give me another beer. We are having a good day today, yes?
I'll pull out the tankard of plenty.
Yes.
And pour him a pint of beer, or a pint of rich dwarven ale.
I find it eases aches and pains after a long day of training.
Morning drinking, I see, eh?
Hair of dog, they call it.
I kind of assume we're just all like sitting at a table, right?
Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah. Where's Othelstan? It's just
Floorstan's pouting in his room still.
God damn it, Florestan.
I'll go get him. I'll go up
Yeah.
and knock on his door.
Are we really
Who is
picking up
it?
valuable room rentals when we could just be sleeping at the castle?
We own this place. It's fine.
Not how you turn a profit, though.
We're halfway to the
No, but
the
I don't think
caves.
there's anyone else here. I mean, Parnast isn't.
That's
The
true.
most,
News hasn't spread yet that we're things are
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure that if we have actual clients, we will leave the rooms.
Just
So,
checking.
Clients, patrons. I don't know what you want to call them.
Yeah, I mean it's not
Guests?
like busy quite yet. Things are just starting to turn around, or hopefully it's been projected to turn around for this town.
so I'm gonna.
Hey, will someone go get Florestan from his room? I would like
That's
to
what
get
I'm trying to
started
do.
for the day.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna go knock on Florestan's door.
Hello,
Yeah,
who is it?
it's Brom. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, are we leaving?
That's the plan, at least. How you feeling? I know yesterday wasn't a great day for you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Is the paladin of Asmodeus coming with us this time?
Yeah, I think so. I think
boy.
so.
All right, yeah, let's go.
Okay. Hey, but before we leave, I wanted to show you something real quick, and I'll reach into my bag, and I'll pull out the potion of superior healing I have, one of them at least, and
Oh, look at that. That's big.
it is big.
What the hell is going on up there?
This is about to get a lot weirder. On it is Florestan's name.
I'm ready.
So this is just, you seem like you're not with this party right now, and I wanted to show you that I'm with you. When that fight in our first cave just outside of Greenest, you saved my life by feeding me a potion, and I wanted to show you that I'm ready to do the same thing.
You know what, man? I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. It's just I really want to focus on why we're doing the things we are as a group. I mean, I'm cool. I'm all right now. I cooled off. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. It's just let's be vigilant, I guess. Just going forward from here.
I agree. We need to come to a consistency of what it means, what we're doing together. But I think the first thing we need to do is we need to clear out our debts and get these giant kids back to the castle so the giants don't kill us, and then we can kind of go from there. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, buddy. Let's do it.
All right, let's go get it. Head back down.
All right. And as you guys are heading back down, you hear from outside a booming voice, and it almost shakes the foundation. Just oh, good morning, humans. Are you in there?
The fuck?
You can
Yes.
see Blagothkus standing outside with Cyclonius.
Oh, hey, big guy. What are you doing?
I forgot to mention in my haste a scroll that shows the command words for moving the castle. Should you still decide to try yourself, and he kind of nods at Grimmith, the magic user, then there are ways to do so if you cannot find the spirit of my wife.
Well, the plan is to go and get your wife, so that's what we're gonna do.
Well,
And
this is
then-
more of a backup
Well, I mean-
plan, I guess, just in case.
Okay.
So I'll take the scroll offhand.
Okay. I'll create it for you because I'm going to put some stuff on it. But what he hands you is a large. It's not giant size. It looks like maybe Cyclonius or someone smaller has scribed the commands onto it, but it has a list of commands that you would be able to use when you're in the control room of the castle.
Please tell me do a barrel roll is on there.
Maybe. All right, let me set it up. But yeah, he hands you that, and on it there's 18 command runes, and it looks like you would have to. Of course, you have to be in the control room to do so, but it also has a little, not like a disclaimer, but there is a note at the bottom about the amount of magic that it would take to either use one of these command rooms or just travel in a distance. It doesn't it doesn't quite tell you like what is the exchange rate, but it does look, I mean, just from the runes and stuff like that, it looks like it would require a lot of powerful magic.
Like the soul of an 8th level wizard.
Oh, that happens to be one of the ingredients.
I wouldn't go that far.
We have to do it. We have to do it. Come here, Grimmy.
So Grimmith, just from your studies, you can discern that moving anything of this size or doing different maneuvers or anything would take a heavy toll on a magic user. You believe that perhaps it could be split up because you've seen powerful rituals performed by 8 wizards all at once, and you've read of that kind of stuff for some of the more powerful spells, and you believe the same could apply to controlling the castle. But if someone was strong enough or willing, that they might even be able to do it solo, given the right amount of power and I guess magical aptitude.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So is it strictly wizard magic, or might a bard be able to help?
Well,
Yeah.
a bard and a wizard draws their magic from the same sources, so they're basically equivalent.
There you go.
All right, then give me the
Whereas,
scroll.
like, rangers and druids get their magic source from like nature. Paladins, clerics, they get their magic from the divines, and sorcerers are a special case. They get their magic from within,
Yeah, it's a name.
as well as warlocks.
Well, warlocks get it from a patron.
They get it from a patron, from someone else who's very powerful.
Well, then you have the scroll now. I will go back to Skyreach. Notify me of your progress. Cyclonius will remain in the town. Simply call his name and he will appear in front of you. And you see like Cyclonius dissipate, and then Blagothkus goes walking off.
It didn't work.
See you later.
Oh, did you just yell out Cyclonius?
Yeah, I did, and it didn't work. So I instantly lost all faith.
There he goes. He reappeared.
All right, thanks. You can hide now, I guess.
He stands there and then dissipates again. All right.
Cyclonius!
Now I'm gonna reappear him in your square, and then you're gonna have to take bludgeoning damage.
All right, we wanna go grab our prisoner and head out.
Yes, I'm assuming someone has been keeping an eye on him.
Well, he made a run for Fealty was in there.
He gone.
Fealty
He
was
gone.
thankfully watching out for him.
I forget, can Fealty talk? And he's
Mhm.
like, I wish a motherfucker would.
Fealty.
Go ahead. I'll give you a head start, huh? You
Yes,
wanna try?
Fealty
You wanna
can
try?
All
Oh,
right,
that'd be
so
awesome.
you guys gather up Captain Othelstan, and then so now what? I mean, you scooped him up. He's kind of been just eating quietly, and you see that he keeps looking at his missing appendage, or where it used to be.
Can I take a stick off of the ground and just like wrap it around his arm so that way? I mean, he's got something to look at least.
Oh,
Where's the
Minor
tornado?
illusion
Blow on
one.
the shoulder.
We can.
I don't even want a minor illusion when I didn't think of that, but
Minor illusion, like a thicker stick.
You start to offer like offer a stick and a bandage, and he looks and like, oh, you think this is a joke to me?
I gotta hand it to you. I guess it was a.
Hand it to me.
It's a pretty bad one.
You're still trying to rub it in, are you?
Okay, why don't we just? We could grow his arm back. That is something we can do.
Can we?
You see,
Yeah,
he perks up at
I don't like-
that. His eyes like, what? Oh, can you truly do so?
It'll
After you
take a
help
while.
us, perhaps we will consider it. Let
Hang
that
on,
be your reward to look forward to.
Point of order. We promised we'd kill him after we had the. After we.
I only told him I'd consider it. We can grow his arm back and then chop his head off. I don't give a shit.
And then
This
he's
is
like,
all in character.
I knew you guys weren't serious about letting me live.
I did not say that in accent. You did not hear me. That was internal dialogue.
Yeah, that wasn't in character. That was totally out of character.
That's true.
Benefits of accents. That's why you guys all need one for next game.
I tried to do an accent, but Aravan's
I
accent
mean-
isn't distinctive enough.
Yeah. You just got to make it ridiculous, like mine.
I know. I have all these other games that I play in, and I do really distinctive characters, but not this one.
Next campaign, we're gonna have like a Jamaican and an Irishman and a.
Yep.
All right. So
So
What do you guys do?
we're
we will
off to-
consider it for you, perhaps, if you do not try to deceive us. Now lead the way.
Okay, not far. Around 2 miles east of here. And then he starts leading the way. You guys, let's take you to the splash screen. You guys are walking along. Hold on, let me do this. So
Is Taco back? You summoned him, Grimmeth?
He's always been with us.
Okay.
all right, so you guys are walking along. It's a nice, brisk, cold morning along the Great Peak Mountains. There seems to be a lot of wildlife running about, and it's very nice kind of beginning
Yeah,
of
repeat
fall.
that. You cut out, I think.
Oh, did I? It's like a nice fall morning. It's chilly. It's a brisk walk, and outside there's plenty of wildlife running around through the Great Peak Mountains, and you guys see that there seems to be almost a game trail that you're following. And it doesn't take too long, but you guys start coming up, and there's an incline, and you can see the snow hasn't melted in these areas. And above you, you see the game trail continues up a little bit more of a perilous path along the edge of the mountains. Othelstan looks back at you and at you guys, and he says, "Well, watch your footing. It can be quite slippery up here." And he starts to go up the narrow path, and you see he's kind of like hugging the wall. All right, you
Guess
guys.
we can let him.
Too
lead the
narrow
way
for
then?
fealty.
Fealty, to get through, you guys will have to make sure you can keep your footing. So it's not completely icy, but it is snowy, and there's some slush and stuff like that. But the path is narrow, so those of you in heavy armor are particularly careful with where you step. But even those of you who are not heavily armored, you can still see where some of the ground would give out. So, dex saves from everyone,
Oh.
please.
Oh, fun.
So, who is passing 2 steps in front of me and 2 steps behind me to get my aura's advantage on the dex saves?
Yeah,
So
what is
I
your
don't
marching
know.
order?
Well,
I
obviously
was
Aravan
complaining
should
on
be
being
in
I think Floristan probably be in front.
with
I
our
figured I
Othelstan
had
in
to-
front, or you're in front of Othelstan?
Well, Othelstan's in front, I figured, and then I was going to be behind him because if he tried to run, I could chase him down better than anyone else.
Okay.
It's a good idea. I'll be behind Lee.
I'll be in the back, I suppose.
Right.
I guess I'll-
So Othelstan.
Aravan should be between Grimith and I.
You can leave your characters there, or in their spot. All right.
Lee, 24 on the deck save, so
Okay.
he's playing around. He's hopping on one foot,
Yeah, no
doing
problem.
cartwheels.
This is a saving throw.
Yes.
Say.
Oh.
Don't worry, I have the spell that we might
Oh
need.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Let's see.
So
Floor
there's my
stand.
deck save.
Yeah, go ahead. Call out your guys' saves. Go ahead, floor stand. You start.
I got a mighty 8.
You got an 8. Grimith.
I've got a 9 if I don't have an advantage.
Okay. Othelstan has a 4. Brom.
We just didn't decide who was adjacent to Araban.
I thought we said Grimith and Brom.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Okay.
Brom, what'd you
So I do
roll?
have advantage then.
So you have
I
advantage.
rolled
No,
a
you
2.
don't have
What?
advantage.
Oh, what is it?
You have +4.
Plus 4.
Oh, so
Alright,
that
so I
makes it
rolled a
great
13.
six. I
Yeah.
rolled a 6.
So no. So 4 of you can be within 10 feet of me, assuming single file.
Just make everyone but Othelstan, basically.
Okay. So everyone should what? Add
guess.
2? Add 2 to their deck save?
4.
At 4. Alright, so that would put Florestan at a 12, Grimith at a 13, Brahms at a 6, and Othelstan would be at an 8. And then Aravan, you got a 13, Fealty got a 14. But you don't benefit from your aura, do you?
It's already factored in. I do, but
Okay.
I already factored it in.
Okay. Alright, so Othelstan's up front. I don't know who's directly behind him.
I am.
Okay. So you
Wait.
see Othelstan as he's like turning to warn you again about, this part is really tricky. As he turns back around, he plants his foot just on the edge, and it slides off, and you see him start to tumble. And in the same moment where Lee, you can see him tumbling or about to fall, you can hear behind you some clanking of heavy armor, and you see Brahms doing the same thing.
Well, I can only save one of them. Right? Brom's not directly behind me, so I guess I'll try to grab for Othelstan if I get that opportunity.
And if Brahm is adjacent to me, I'll try and. I mean, my dex is shit, but my strength is good. So if it's strength based, if it's about holding him up, I'm totally fine. I'll try and grab Brahm.
All right.
I'm gonna, like,
What?
Grab
I'll
him
try
by his
to reach for
underwear and give him
Brom
a
as well.
super wedgie.
We'll say like you can attempt to grapple. So you get to choose whether you want to use athletics or acrobatics to try to grab.
Oh,
Thank
there we
you.
go.
All right.
No problem.
Aravan with the 25. All right.
So
So
yeah, I spin and grab Brahm. Careful there.
you grab him from the inside of his collar on his cuirass, and you just yank him back onto the path.
Yep. Careful.
And then Lee got a 19, so we'll say he did the wedgie maneuver. He grabbed Othelstan by his underwear and yanked him back.
Close one. Oh, and you see him like picking at his butt, trying to readjust his wedgie.
I hope you can get it all with only one hand, because I am not helping you.
Oh, more jokes. Lost my arm.
You should pat me on the back. I mean, never mind. I'm sorry.
He just gives you a sour look of disdain and then just turns around and continues forward. So after a while, you guys see that the path actually opens up and gets wider as you get higher. You're not even close to the peak. You guys have just gone up the mountain a bit, and then eventually Othelstan stops, and you see him pointing to the side of a mountain where there's a large opening, and what it looks like is the cave just opens up and it just does like a gentle slope going down, and you see it's big enough for Fealty to to walk in with ease without having to squeeze through.
Great.
That's a big cave.
Yes, this is the first cave we came to where we saw any kind of markings of activity, and we put them down there. And then you see
Is there anybody down there with them?
we don't know. We bound them and slid them down the hole.
You mean like this? And Lee pushes him.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Go ahead, do a strength.
I mean, we're going down there
ahead,
anyway.
I guess.
Let's see how good of a push you get.
Strength saving throw, I guess?
No,
or
you
just
do
strength?
athletics. Do athletics.
Oh, okay.
All right, a 9.
9.
So you give him a push, and he stumbles and loses his footing, and he like falls down to his butt and slides forward maybe like 3 or 4 feet, like a pretty good distance until his weight just stops him. It's like, oh, that was uncalled for.
Yes, it was. Then Lee's gonna go down the slope himself.
You guys start heading down the slope, and you can see that it's rocky and icy, and it's even slippery more. It's, oh man,
This
I'm
is long.
already getting a brain fart. Hold on, it's a lot more slick than the path where you guys were making the saving throws. But because you're in this large tunnel, you slip, you fall, you're not taking any damage necessarily, but it's almost like a ice skate rink where as soon as you fall, you kind of slide a little bit and then get your footing and then get back up as you're going down.
Forrest sits down and scoots on his butt all the way down.
All right, you're actually
Great
making
slide.
pretty good progress like that.
I just realized that I cannot see. Can someone give me light source? Getting dark in here.
I'll cast light on my. What do you want it on something of yours, or are you okay with me holding it?
Either way.
I'll cast light on your fancy dagger chain thing. I can't remember what that thing's called.
Yeah, that's fine. You can cast it on the knife portion, and I can hold it like a lantern swinging from the chain.
There you go.
It's menacing as fuck.
Make it like red or something.
Can I choose the color? I don't think I can.
You
choose-
can.
Oh no, I'll
You
make it.
certainly can.
No, it'll look like daylight because that's flavor.
And then Othelstan is kind of like looking at you guys like, I've never been down here. I don't know what is down there, but I believe it is something large.
So you held the giant's children as hostages and then pushed them down into the cave.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to find the first place we could to dispose of them.
Craven.
Look, the cult demands loyalty, unwavering loyalty.
And look what that loyalty has gotten you. You are being defeated. Next time, have a little bit of conscience. Criminal is saying that to you. That is how bad you are.
Yeah, you don't even know the shit he's done, and he's telling you that. really need to think about your life choices leading up to this point.
If you don't know what introspection is, you need to take a long, hard look at yourself.
I really enjoy just giving him a moral lesson while we're shoving him down towards whatever.
Yeah, he's like
Contemplating killing him afterwards, chopping arms off.
he's like really kind of dragging his feet, but he can't because he can't get any footing, so he's easy to shove around and slide. So eventually you guys are starting to get it is a pretty gentle slope, but you can see where this tunnel's been carved out over time with either melting water or just like whatever natural causes. But eventually you guys start to get towards this area. Let me bring you up. So you guys get to the opening. Fealty still traveling.
We're on an island, guys.
Yeah. I don't know why it showed up like that. I was hoping think I know why. I had dynamic lighting set up, but it's not a big deal. There we go.
Is this from the module? The style looks different.
Now I cannot see.
Yeah.
Who can't see?
Grimmeth can't see.
I can see one corner. I don't know where I am in regards to that corner. I
Yeah.
don't see myself.
I can see what's been revealed, but that's it. Because of us standing there.
Oh, okay. But you can see what's revealed, right?
No, I can't see anything.
All right. Well, who had the light?
Lee.
Lee.
Lee had the light.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, that's probably why. No light.
All right,
If
Lee.
I don't see myself. There's a little weird
I
corner
can't even-
revealed
What
with
is
a
it, like
circle.
30 or something for the light?
Yeah, it's like
No, it's like a triangle. Oh wait, there we go. Now the characters show up.
20
Okay,
foot
yeah,
radius. That's fine. Everyone has sight. Everyone can see.
I still can't see.
Really?
I can see.
Yeah. I don't know why.
You have
I
sight.
can see.
Oh, here, let's just
VLT does not spread sight.
Try.
I'm not sure if you should.
just try this. Is
Oh,
Now I see
now I
two
can
grimmets.
see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I tried dragging one in to see.
We don't need you to cast mirror image right now. What are you doing?
where did that simulacrum come from?
Is there supposed to be just a wall?
Yeah,
around
it's a
the
wall
edge?
that way. Because I know before you guys saw the island, but it's a cave, not an island.
Mhm.
So I didn't think you'd be able to imagine that, or I describe it correctly for you. So I had to put walls up.
Oh,
Got it.
Just
so
kidding.
much trust.
It's
so
okay, it
much
works.
trust.
Hey, look, I was just trying to make it more immersive.
I'm
with
emitting
some-
light
with
now,
some
though.
Fog of War, okay?
Uh-huh.
All right, so you guys
Oh,
get to the.
It works for Taco.
There you go. You guys start to get to the bottom of the slope, and it opens up into this cave. And as you guys start nearing the bottom of it, you can hear like big like movement and scraping at the bottom.
Did
Othelstan,
anyone remember to ask what the name of children are? Perhaps we call out their name. Loistan?
Yeah, no. I
Giant children.
I'm just
giant
gonna-
children. We are here for you.
I'm gonna
Look
fire.
out, 'cause-
Lagothkus is heirs.
I'm gonna fire a firebolt down there and see if that would light anything
Uh,
along the way.
Going in
I'm gonna,
hot,
yeah,
huh?
I'm gonna stop you from doing that and instead cast
hold on, I'll be right back.
daylight. Wait, is this cave? How big is this cave?
Hold on. He said he had to step away for a second.
Okay.
It's AFK.
Cast firebolt. Trying to see if that lights up
Well, it's
everything.
a cantrip. I mean,
Yeah, but you're gonna kill the half-dead giant.
I know they're like that. The children are like on the verge of death. Like one hit point
Yeah,
remaining,
if-
and boom.
All right, sorry about that. All right, so when you guys came to the base, what did you end up doing?
I guess Aravan's gonna cast daylight. I don't know. He's muted right now.
Oh, did he mute?
Sorry. How big is this cave?
You don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's dark.
from what you I mean, from what you see, you can see it's a pretty large, medium-sized
Right.
cave, I suppose.
So I'll cast daylight using my magic holy symbol on I guess on my sword. My magic evil sword. See what it thinks of that.
Oh yeah, I got it.
No, I'll cast it on the holy symbol itself. So that gives me 60-foot radius light.
Okay. $60 All right, so you light up the area. Was it 60 foot? You said.
60-foot radius, yes.
Okay. I'll put like 30. All players can see it. Boom. All right. All right. So as you come to the bottom, Othelstan stops and he doesn't want to go any further, and you cast the light onto, and you're doing it on your sword, your great sword,
No, on the holy symbol.
on your holy symbol. Oh, did you activate your holy symbol? That's what you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I activate the holy symbol and use it to cast daylight on the holy symbol.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. So you say the command word, and it shines this cave up in a wash of light, and you can see around you that it looks to be a pile of bones over here, like up in the northwest. It looks like any kind of animal bones, and deer and moose and maybe even bear. It's hard to tell. But as you're casting the light throughout the cave, the light sheens over to your left, and you can see the large coiled body sleeping or heaving over in the edge.
Large coiled body of what?
It looks to be almost like this kind of muted dragon, like maybe a dragon that hasn't really grown its wings yet, but it's a long coiled body with multiple feet and legs all along it, almost like a centipede, but with 12 legs or so instead of 100.
A dragonpede.
Dragonpede, there you go. And it has this long tail. Yep, it is 12 legs. Wow, I just said it off the top of my head and I just looked at the main picture. Ha! Man, I'm good.
Jokes on you guys. I know what I'm talking about.
Do we get a picture? Do we see it?
I can see it.
Yeah, you
Oh, I
guys
guess
can
I'm just
see
too
the-
far away.
It's
Yeah,
it's real pretty.
I can't see it either.
It's like this.
Brom, go get him.
It's like this reptilian
I'm
blue.
going
to.
blue
Oh,
skin.
fuck me. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm going after it. This is gonna be fun.
We're just gonna walk right in there and start hacking, I guess.
All right, no more movement. You guys, I see you guys all positioning yourselves.
Do we see anything besides that? Like, do I see bodies of like giant kids? Do I see cultists?
So-
think it's safe to say this ate them already.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I
First
mean,
thing we gotta do is
there is a large pile of bones and remains
How about giant kid-shaped
up by
shit?
this rock. No, it looks like it defecates somewhere else.
You don't poop where you sleep,
You-
man.
That's right. Even animals know that. All right. So, Aravan, you cast your light and you're just going up this blue reptilian skin as the light is going along it, and you can see it heaving just with almost like breath or something. But as soon as your light shines as you're following it up, you see that there's an eye open, watching and reflecting off of the light that you're casting. Roll for initiative.
Thanks for that, Aravan.
Hold on.
I'm
goes-
sorry.
Well,
I
there goes
thought
any
it was a-
surprise we have.
we're fine.
Lee got a 14.
Okay.
Rom with that 15.
15. Aravan with 2. Grim with
Every
two.
single time I mess that
DLG
up.
with 5.
Give me a second. I have 15.6. I have to do it again.
First 20 of the day.
Yeah, Grimmeth with that natural 20. There we go.
Nice. I guess I'll give Othostan a roll.
To run.
Yeah. Othostan with
I
a
still
14.
can't see it, by the way.
You being
Yeah, it's
blocked
almost
by the.
too far. I don't know.
Probably.
I'm surprised Aravan can't. I don't know why. Definitely should.
It's
I
definitely
was-
that evil sword making
I
him
sh-
blind.
I have a 60-foot light radius, so I suppose I should probably be able to see all the way out to here, but I can't. I can't see anything past the rock.
Do things reveal on dim light?
Yeah,
it could
I
just
have,
be like in a.
it's in my dim light, but I can see it from where I am.
I
You
can't
could just
see
be in a
it at all.
position where it's hidden by the rock.
Could be.
So
Yeah, you
we'll see in
kind
a
of
second.
are.
I can see the light radius like right here. But
Yeah, I have dim light beyond that
yeah,
Oh, maybe that's.
until like over here.
right here is where
All right. So
I see my radius, but it's
so-
dim light this way.
okay, Grimmeth.
Till looks like about here.
Are you? So Grimmeth, you can see the edge of it then, right?
I can move up and see him. Yeah.
All right. You're first.
All right. Well, I guess I will. I'll just chuck a firebolt over there. See what it does.
Get it
It's a
done.
16 to hit.
16. Okay, you cast your fireball, and as it hits the blue reptilian's skin, it just kind of glances off and dissipates.
Ooh.
Okay.
But you did. You don't think you got a great hit
Okay.
or hit it at all.
I'll back up a couple times too, and that's that'll be it for me.
All right, Floristan.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna walk up a little bit until I can see it. I can't see it.
Really?
Still can't see it.
What did I do?
It's right around here.
All right. Well, I guess that's really all I needed. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
I'm gonna need a dex save from him. Please.
You know it's a he. Dex coming up.
I can't see shit. I'm.
Right. Rolls a 19.
19 saves, and I am going to say nope and walk a little bit back here, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, Brahm. So you can see this thing start to stir, and it's moving.
Okay, well, Brahm is, as per usual, is going to run his 30 feet up there. As the, and then he is going to. I missed that. Did the fairy fire take hold?
No.
No, it did not.
Oh, okay. Then he is going to blast it with a guiding bolt at 3rd level.
Whoa.
Oh, did that seriously not work?
Yeah, it didn't. Are you guys?
Oh.
If you guys are having viewing problems, maybe I'll just remove the fog of war. How's that sound?
Yeah.
And then that way,
We can
yeah.
we can still theory of the mind, but
Got
what
it.
we can see and what we can't.
There
Let's
we
see
go.
if
Let's
that
just
fixes-
open it up.
Oh, Dix, there he is.
There he is.
There it
Just
is.
imagine the water is just the ice.
Cave walls.
Yeah,
Ice walls, yeah.
I don't know why I was just like, oh, let me set up dynamic lighting, and then I realized there's no reason to on this map.
Alright, so there it goes. Now it's working. So that.
All right.
Oh,
guiding
yeah.
bolt. There you go. All right. So is that a 24 to hit?
That is a 24 to hit
All right. That definitely
And-
hits.
for 23 points of damage.
Whoa. All right. And that's radiant damage. Okay. So your guiding bolt shoots out and strikes it for 23 points of damage. You see it sink in, and it jerks and convulses quickly, and you definitely have its attention now,
Mm-hmm.
especially being the tank. So it's good to pull aggro early.
Yep, exactly. That's my job.
All right. What else?
That was my action, and I don't have any fancy bonus actions right now, so that'll be my turn.
Okay. Let's move on to Lee.
Lee is going to activate his poison dagger, and
Okay.
he'll move up behind Brahm. He can be closer for later. But
And what is that? A bonus action to activate your poison?
no, I think it's in action.
Okay.
Where is?
You don't want to go hit it when you have advantage?
Do I have advantage?
A guiding bolt.
Would.
Guiding bolt gives it advantage. Oh, okay, my
Oh, the
mistake.
next
Never mind.
yeah.
All right, so then I'm just gonna run up. Instead, I'm going to attack with advantage 26.
That hits. That hits.
26 strikes.
and sneak attack damage because I have advantage.
All right.
So 11.
11 damage. Okay. So you go up and strike with your Kaioketsu, and you see the venom kind of.
Well, no, I didn't activate it.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
That's
Oh,
an
that's
action.
right. That's one. Okay, you didn't activate it.
So
you
I didn't activate it.
Yeah,
It's
you just
attack.
swing out with it, and your chain lashes out, and the dagger then stabs into the big monstrosity.
And strike.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Does that count as a
27.
crit? I guess I still have advantage, right?
No, it's just the next attack.
The first attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or
Dang it.
All right. So
Well,
27.
then this
That
damage
hits.
is going to be too high. I got to get rid of the 6.
Well,
so
it's just 8.
Just 8. Okay.
Yeah. And then unarmed strike is a bonus attack.
All right.
18. Motherfucker.
You sweep
Why
them
am I
and then
wasting
you
all my crits?
kick. 18
All right.
hits. How
So
much
I
damage?
tried to sweep it, but it has a bunch of legs. So I just kicked out one leg. But then while I'm down there from the sweep, I do Hawk's approach upward foot strike up into its chin
Okay.
for 9 damage.
All right.
And then I'll stay there. I'm
Okay.
gonna try to help
Oh
tank.
shit! Trying something
And-
new, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to get tankier. And because I did an unarmed strike for one of my attacks, my armor class is 21
All right.
the rest of this turn.
Thank you for letting us know that. Captain
Just to remind
Ulfestan.
myself as much as anything.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's good. It's good to call it out. That way I know what's going on. Captain Ulfestan, he his eyes widen as the light like goes over, saying, "Oh, what is that thing?" And you see him kind of he's in the tunnel, but he's kind of backing up a little bit, going up towards the surface.
If he tries to leave, I get an attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. He's still facing, and then he looks at you, Florestan, and he sees that you're kind of ready to, because you're just waiting for him to do something, and then he
Yeah, try leaving.
He-
Please
he-
try leaving.
nods and he sits down on the slope.
Good boy.
Asshole.
All
And we
right.
didn't give him a weapon. You want him to go up and punch the dude
Yeah. That's what you do.
with one fucking arm? Come on, man. There's limits here.
Okay. So you're you guys are right there. Let's make sure I get this right. Sorry, give me a second. Okay. So he moves out. Okay. Let me select it. It moves. It like has the attention of Lee and Brahm. You guys definitely got its attention.
Mhm.
Well, where was it before? Like here.
Yeah.
So it's gonna kind of coil up near the wall a little bit, and then it's going to. Let's say, well, Lee got the last hit, so it's gonna bite out at Lee. All right. First, it tries to snap at you with its jaws. Is an 18 hit? No, you have a
Does
21, right? Okay.
Correct.
And the second, as it's biting at you, you can see the tail whipping around and the body like trying to coil to grab you. 21.
I'm going to cutting words to drop his attack by a D12.
Okay.
Or, no, the D. I forget what it is. D8, but
It doesn't matter.
No
Yeah,
matter-
because
Yeah, it
it
doesn't
tied
matter.
it. So yeah, you got it. All right. So as it's calling you, you do cutting words, and you see it hesitate just long enough for Lee to like slide under the whipping tail that's going to grasp at him, and misses. You just feel the whoosh of air as the half of the body and the tail slap into the wall next to you, and stone and ice crumbles around you. All right, Fealty's next.
Okay. Let's see, what should I do? So is there any way that I can have Fealty move down here, wait for me to... Oh, right, I should switch show to others. Is there any way that I can have Fealty move down here adjacent to me, hold her action till I get on her, and then move me into battle? Because otherwise I can't reach...
Yeah, we did this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we ruled that it was fine as long as... What was it? I mean, it's just like it was running there waiting for you, and as soon as you jumped on, it was
Right.
ready in action to moving
Yeah.
Right.
forward.
So
I
Fealty's
think we
going to
rolled-
ready in action to move into combat
Okay.
in some direction. And then it's my turn.
Okay. Let's move
So-
to you.
Can you move? Can you right click on my character and move to front?
Sure.
Go. There we go. So now I'm on top, and I will move up and over.
All right, you charge
And-
forward with fealty.
And I will draw my greatsword and attack.
Okay. And 11. All right. You slash out wildly and it dodges you.
Makes sense.
Uh-oh. So that's your first one, but that is a 9 to hit. So your second attack, as you're swinging back, in your mind you're like, yes, all right, let's backswing, and then for some reason your sword's like fighting against you.
This sword is becoming a problem.
Mm-hmm. I wonder why.
Yeah, no, it's the sword that's the problem. Sure.
And you hear the thing like, yes, easier target to kill is the wolf. Kill the wolf.
Oh my god!
You ride right above the nape of its neck. You
Sword,
can cut
you
it
have
down quickly.
no chill. No chill. Right, no. I'm going to cast first level Shield of Faith. So that hits both me and Fealty because of the way
Gives you
Divine
plus
Speed
2
works.
AC. Okay, for
On both of
concentration,
us.
10 minutes.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, top of the order, so round 2. Can someone keep track of that in the chat, please?
Okay.
Grimmeth, you're up.
All right. So I'm gonna stay right where I am and cast a spell that I have never casted before.
Uh-oh.
Caught this a long time ago. I'm gonna target it with Melf's Acid Arrow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be a 24 to hit,
24 hits.
and I deal 44 damage now.
4d4. Wow. 12.
Jesus.
I think you just maxed that out. Oh, you got 1 more. Nice. All right, 12 acid damage.
And then 2d4 acid damage at the end of its next turn.
Okay. So just remind me, and then we'll
Yeah.
chalk it off. All right, you shoot out the Melf's acid arrow. It strikes into the huge monstrosity, and you see it sinking in and just kind of fermenting and bubbling green where it struck.
Okay. And
Right here.
nice. Yeah. That'll be my turn.
Okay. And Floristan, your turn.
Alrighty. I'm gonna. Hey guys, I forgot my keys at home. I'll be right back. Then I'm gonna blink. I'm gonna blink.
All right, you blink.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys. And then, you know what? As a bonus action, I'll inspire Braum. So, Braum,
Okay.
go get him. Go get him. And then
Oh, I will.
you can add a D8 to whatever, inspiration.
Okay.
And then
Thank you.
That'll end my turn. At the end of my turn, I roll a D20,
Roll it. 16.
and I bamf out of
vanish.
there.
All right, so you're like, Braum, you can do it. And he turns like to give you a thumbs up, and as your thumb is like going upwards, he just disappears and blinks out. He just
Okay.
pops out. Floristan, as soon as you do that, you can see that over by the oops, sorry, not that one.
Oh shit. What's
Over-
happening?
Over by the bones and stuff, you can see Esclarota is knelt down, and
Oh shit!
she's like kind of going through the remains, but the remains don't move on the material plane. On the ethereal plane, you can actually see what looks like almost silk spirits kind of moving as she shifts them around, and you see her digging through it.
Yeah,
Jesus,
that's
that's
what
fucking-
Floristan meant to do. Yeah.
No,
across
yeah,
Clarota.
right. No, do I? I'll just say, hey, what's up? And then I guess that'll be my turn.
All right. So she does like look up and she does
So-
recognize you, and her face brightens a bit. But that'll be the end of your turn. All right, Brahm, your turn.
Okay. Keeping with my my commitment to the DPS cleric, we're gonna go there, and then we're gonna come up to here, and let's drop a big bad inflict wounds
Ooh.
at 4th level.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Damn.
4th level.
Damn.
25 touch. Oh yeah. That.
So
connects.
that's gonna be 34 points of damage.
Wow.
So you are really leaning into that smiting in the name of your god thing, huh?
34. Nice. Okay. So you lay your hands and you cast inflict wounds at a 4th level channel, and immediately you can see this area just with this brightness, and it's this white phosphorus look of explosion when you touch its skin, and it melts around the outer layer, and you
Mhm.
can see the flesh underneath, the red flesh underneath.
And that was my action and a spell, and I don't have any bonus actions, so that's my turn.
Okay. Next is Lee.
All right, Lee's going to attack with his dagger. 19
All right. 19 hits.
and sneak attack because he's flanked. So 20. Oh wait, no, ignore the 6. 'cause
Okay. Just the
it thinks I
13.
crit again. I've wasted 4 fucking crits in 1.5 rounds. This is pissing me off. All right, so 13 damage.
Okay.
A slash of cruel punishment, followed, and he's gonna swing back again. Another 19
19
with
hits.
the kiss of eternal pain.
All right.
Let's see, no sneak attack damage for another 10.
10. All right. 10 damage. Nice. So you're doing a
And
combo.
then a bonus unarmed strike. There we go.
There's the crit.
There's the
What
crit I needed.
hell, dude?
Grandmaster Penping Dion's Iron Skull
Oh yeah.
headbutt
Headbutt time.
for 11. So I swing the whip chain one way, and then back again, and then lean in for a nice solid headbutt.
Nice
And
combo.
then as I'm headbutting, I kind of see behind myself as I'm looking, and I see that Ultostan and Grimmett are by themselves because Floristan disappeared. So
That's
I'm gonna
true.
pull back
Okay.
to make sure nothing happens to those two.
All right.
How
Nice
noble.
combo. Yeah.
Well, also I want to activate my poison dagger, but you know, narrative.
All right. Ulthostan, he sees you like do that combo and run over, and just in a blur, you're right in front of him, and you see with his one arm, he just puts his hand up like no trouble here, and he just stays seated. All right. The monstrosity's turn. It's gonna stay right here, and it like kind of shakes itself after the headbutt, and then sees that Lee is out of range, sees you two right here, and rears up, and from its mouth, electricity crackles and
Yep,
explodes from its maw against
Uh-oh.
Brahm and Aravan and Fealty.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, so you need to make a dex save.
Okay. Don't forget your +4.
Oh,
Alright.
cool.
So
That'd
Brahm,
be
what'd you roll?
with a +4, that would be 21.
All right.
I think
Aravan.
I'm screwed. I rolled a 12, and Fealty rolled a 12 as well.
So you don't get +4, or does Fealty?
It's already factored in.
Oh, it is factored in.
Well, wait. How does a line hit both of them?
When
It'd have to be
Is it a
aimed at one
line
or
or
the
is it-
other from
it's
their
5
direction.
5 feet.
It says a line of lightning. I guess 5 feet wide. Okay.
5 foot wide line is on a diagonal.
Yeah,
So
I could
technically
get
in
both of
D&D,
you.
a diagonal has to be either a cardinal direction or a 45 degree. So a 45 degree, you could hit here, 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 here.
I don't know what
You
you're
can't-
clicking.
Or
yeah.
actually,
Whatever
no,
you're
probably
clicking.
wouldn't hit there.
There.
Whatever you're clicking.
The son of a bitch is
There's
big
your
enough.
line.
That's fine. 5 foot line, and
All
that's
three of
fine.
you.
That's wide enough to catch you.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, if
I'm-
if you guys
Oh
want,
yeah, there we go.
if you
Okay.
guys want, I can move like that.
Yeah,
No,
and
that's-
do it.
there's no
Yeah.
avoiding it.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
that's
if you
fine.
move
I
like
get it.
that, then I get 2 opportunity attacks first.
Isn't your range
Guilty.
10?
He's,
Oh,
your dex.
no.
He's using the greatsword right now.
Yeah, I've got the greatsword, not the lance.
Right. Well, you
It's
guys,
fine.
you
It's
guys
fine.
both got hit
It-
by the. Our
Yeah.
Brom was able to dodge
Wait,
out.
Come on.
All right, you ready for the damage?
Yep.
Let's roll this thing.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh shit!
Jesus.
So
Oh,
fealty pops
fuck.
out of existence, and I'm at 1 health.
Okay.
Oh shit!
68
Jesus.
damage.
We got
So
this,
that would
guys.
be 34.
Yeah, you take half. 34 damage, bro.
Cool.
We're good. We're good.
Damn.
And then
And
when
it,
do I
uh,
roll to recharge? At the beginning of the next turn?
At the beginning of his turn.
But he also is going to take some acid damage.
That's
So
true.
yeah, what are the rules for Constitution saves?
Oh, for
It has to be
concentration?
half the damage.
Yeah, so
I beat half the
Alright,
damage.
3 damage.
So there was no way in hell
Yeah,
I was going to beat that. So
Nope.
my spell fizzles.
Yep. Alright, so your concentration spell pops out. Fealty howls as the electricity just kind of dissipates, pops out of existence. And then Brahm's able to get his shield up in time, but he takes his shield vibrates with the electrical damage.
Ooh,
Alright, Eravan,
now
your
I'm
turn.
fun now.
Okay, my turn.
So what happens when you're mounted and then your mount just disappears? Do you
You look really fucking funny.
I probably fall prone.
I mean, yeah, what is the
At
rule
least
on
give him a
that?
dex. At least give him a dex save.
I'll give you a
I
dex
don't,
save,
I don't think,
but
I don't
let's
think it's a common. I don't think there's a rule. That's not often that people are writing
I
mounts
like-
that disappear.
there is hang on. There are rules for dismounting. Let me look them up.
Well, dismounting
I like
is
to
different
think of
from
it-
the
No, but I mean,
the
you
mount
could
popping
say
out
this
from-
is if he gets knocked off his mount, this could be similar.
I like to think of it
Well-
like a Looney Tunes kind of thing, where he's stationary
Yeah, that's
until
how
it's his turn.
Until he looks down.
Looks down and. Well, DM, what do you want?
Let's do until Eravan, you
Here's
look.
something. Here's something.
Okay.
Just
If an effect moves your mount against its will while you're on it, which I would say moving my mount to a different plane of existence would count, you must succeed on a DC Dexterity saving throw or fall off the mount, landing prone in a space within 5 feet of it. If you're knocked prone while mounted, you must make the same saving throw.
Okay. I think that's
So-
fair.
So I'm prone.
All right. Rolled a 7, so you're prone. So now start your turn.
Right. So I'll use half my movement to stand up,
Okay.
and then I will lay on hands on myself, dumping all 40
No, don't worry.
points.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you.
You got me?
Yeah, I
He
got
already
you.
said it. Nah, he already said it.
Fine. Fair.
Come on.
Fair.
Lay of hands, 40 points.
Dumping all 40 points of lay on hands into myself.
It's like my
So
one
I-
job, man. It's like my one job.
Yeah, your job is to pull aggro. Come on.
You've got like
Yeah, your
you've got
job
like
is
20
to-
jobs
yes.
right now, man.
I'll be honest, I was just dropped down from 69 hit points to 1. So I kind of wanted to make sure I could at least take a moderate hit next time. And then I have 15 squares of movement left, so I'll just move down here. So next time it can't
Limp
the breeze
over,
can't hit us
okay.
both.
Oh, so now we're in
We
line
learn.
with you. Thanks.
All right, Grimmeth, top of the order. So round 3, I believe, or 4.
Okay, yes, round 3.
Round 3.
Well, seeing as it just fucking did a shitload of damage,
Are you gonna head
Hi.
up the hill? You gonna head up the slope?
run away.
Catter.
Remember you.
Fireball they
I
asses.
will. I'll cast Melf's Minute Meteors and summon 6 little meteors around me
Okay.
and launch 2 of them at him.
All right. You launch the tiny meteors.
So that is 2 deck saves
2
from
deck
him.
save coming up. First deck save 11.
Fail.
Second deck save 7.
It's another fail. So he takes 13 fire damage.
Nice. All right. You see it's writhing and gnashing around. It doesn't look like it's doing too well. The wounds from inflict wounds and the Melf's acid arrow, all that's festering. Nothing's closed up yet, and he's bleeding profusely from all these little attacks.
That will be it for me.
All right. Floor stain on the ethereal plane.
Hey, Esclerota, we're gonna take care of this guy real quick. I'll be right back, alright?
And she nods and continues to dig through and sort through the pile.
Alright, I'm gonna bamf back into the material plane 10 feet closer. And I have a question about casting multiple spells a turn. So I've got a first level spell that I can use as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Can I cast another spell as an action?
I think it
No,
has to
yeah,
be a
cantrip.
cantrip.
No, cantrip only.
Okay. Then I will cast haste on Airvan. Can probably do more damage, right? Yeah. So I'll do that. I'm gonna cast haste on Airvan,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna run 30 feet up here, closer to where I saw Esclerota.
Move yourself 1 square closer towards Erevan. So I would say here. Because to
Okay.
cast that, you had to be within 30 feet of him.
There's a range. Yep. Okay. I apologize. So
That's
yeah.
all good.
I'll do that and then roll a d20 to see if I bamf out again. And I do not. So
Alright.
I'm right up close to this dude. So that'll end my turn.
All right, Brom.
Now cast a spell as a bonus action to make him miss a turn.
I cast. Wait, no. Time out. No, I can do Vicious Mockery. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
Now you're
But
talking.
Hey,
Vicious
douchebag.
Mockery is an action, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
you would
a
have-
cantrip.
But it would have to be
Oh!
the bonus
bonus,
action
right.
spell.
Sorry.
Haste is an action. Yeah, you can't.
Never mind. Sorry, guys.
Oh, good.
Sorry.
All right. Next is Lee. Or excuse me, Brom. Brom, you're up.
Oh, that went really quick. I have some decisions to make. Let's go with. Let's do this. I will use a bonus action to cast Healing Word
So
at.
don't be so quick to cast that on me. I'm above half health now.
But I want to heal.
Yeah, he heals himself too.
Let him do what he wants.
Or we can just do this instead. We'll move there 15 feet. I will use a bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon
There we
Okay.
go.
Spiritual weapon.
right there. I'll pop it in, let's say, like right there.
Okay. Do you have I thought we gave you one. Maybe not for this.
Yeah, I don't have a token for it.
Okay.
But
It's a critical fail to hit, though.
it is, and I don't want to use my inspiration on it.
Oh, critical fail always misses, no matter what the actual roll
Yeah,
is.
so
Actual
that's okay.
result.
At least it's out. And then I will cast Toll the Dead
All right.
on him because he needs to make a
Toll the
DC
Dead.
16 Wisdom saving throw.
13. Okay. Rolls a
That fails,
13.
so
Fails.
So he's going to take 13 points of necrotic damage.
All right. 13.
Let's say 12,
Yeah.
13.
12.
Oh no, excuse
Plus
me, it
one?
is 12.
Oh.
Yes.
Trying to sneak in one extra little hit point, huh?
You know.
Okay. All right. I see how y'all are playing. That's fine. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
All right, Lee. Your turn.
So you said he looks pretty beat up from.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well then I'm not gonna waste my poison. I'm gonna just look at Othelstan and go, I have my eye on you. Don't do anything stupid. I'm gonna run back. And Kyukotsu attack for 16.
Nope, you miss. It's just thrashing
Oh.
around wildly in pain.
Kyotsu attack again for 24.
24 hits.
Don't ask me what a rolling Azuna drop is. I don't know. I guess I'm like rolling and I come up with it.
Yes, it
as
is
I
whatever you
attack.
say it is. These are your
It
patented
sounds
moves.
dirty,
He's just
whatever it
yelling
is.
him out as
Ooh.
he's
For
attacking.
19 damage because it's
19.
second sneak attack.
Damn.
And
Oh, yeah, sneak
then
attack.
I'm gonna give it an unarmed strike. The 99 Earth Chop for 17 with a 17 to strike.
Yep, it strikes you. You can see as you stab in and you chop down for 8 more damage. You can see it's like writhing and it's shuddering and it looks like it's either dying or still like thrashing around. It's hard to tell, but
Okay.
it's still moving. But you think you've killed it, but for some reason either the reflexes or the muscle spasms are still causing it to writhe around.
Okay. I will stay where I. That's my.
All right, Captain Othelstan. He's like as you run off, he's like kind of thinking about it, but he sees Grimmeth isn't far away and decides not to make a run for it. All right, so the monstrosity's lashing around and thrashing, and it looks like the eyes are like closed. It's not even alive anymore, but the convulsions of this is causing it to squirm around. And it lashes out with its death rattle at Brahm.
Uh-huh.
All right. So first you see the snapping jaw coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
Critically fails.
Yep. Oh, wow. That's a... Ooh. Okay.
All right. Critically fails, and then the body writhes around to wrap you up. 20 to hit.
Yeah,
will
we'll
hit.
go ahead and do a cutting words again.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll a d8. It is and subtract that.
Right, so
how
14.
about a 14 to hit?
Nope.
That
Yep.
will-
So
that will
you do
miss.
cutting words, and it's just enough for Brahm to kind of push the tail away from him, and then finally it shudders and falls into a heap where it's dead. Okay.
Awesome.
Hey, we did it, guys.
We done it.
Now, inside the cave, it quiets down, and Othelstan is looking at you all wide-eyed, and he said, I had no idea there was something like that in here.
Uh-huh.
So you threw the giant kids down and then I blink out of existence. Or I try to blink out. 17.
Yep, you blink out.
Alright, so I do.
It's like, oh,
hey,
what does he do?
Escalorado, we got him. Are you kids here?
I don't see their spirits here. It's only remnants of animals and a bear or two. I don't know. This is definitely where they are. Look, here are their remains. And you see she's trying to like hold up the remains, but they're still on the material plane, and you can see what looks like large, thick humanoid bones. Probably like the size of, larger than you guys, like twice your size of the biggest person in your group, but still obviously like not as big as Esclerota.
Okay, so would I know
Blink.
if like they could be tethered to the material plane somehow, or like if there's someone else?
Why don't you do? See, this isn't necessarily your expertise, but you would be, you would know stories and songs about the other world, so you can do. Let's Arcana check.
Arcana, yeah, that's my shit. I got 6.
All right, you roll a 6. You're not sure. You're not sure how necessarily it works with the remains and the body that's there. Now, remember, before you guys even got here, you knew that there was perhaps some kind of connection. And when you guys had that discussion before about why Esclerota is still attached to this world at all is because of some kind of traumatic experience or something that's tying her spirit to the material and, well, ethereal plane, and why she hasn't kind of moved on yet. But that was from before. For this one, you're not sure if the giant children have already moved on, or if perhaps she's mistaken. I mean, she definitely doesn't feel like, or you definitely don't think she's mistaken.
So,
hard to tell.
not hearing this conversation, but
Mhm.
seeing lots of bones, I'm going to try to cut the dragon's guts open for hoping for some loot from some of the human things that it's eating.
About to say.
Brahm, you gonna stick around right there as he's
Oh no, I'm gonna kind of move off to the side, and I'll start kind of like Well, I guess the first thing I'm gonna do is walk over to Erevan. Is like, how you looking? You okay, buddy? Need some?
I'm staggered, but I'll live.
Okay, I'll drop just kind of like a first level cure wounds on him.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Just there you go. You can take your 15 points of healing,
Great.
and I will take my 3.
And while you're doing that, and Lee is looting the corpse, I'll start casting Find Steed to get fealty back. Because
All
why?
right, Lee, do a
I'll
survival check, please.
I'll keep an eye on Othelstan.
See how good you are skinning an animal. Or
Oh, me?
opening
Okay.
up one.
That's not survival. I'm not trying to get a good
Well, sure it is.
hide out of
A
it.
good.
I'm not trying to get a hide. I'm just chopping its guts open.
All right, well then don't do a roll. We don't have to do a roll. And I'll just.
15.
Yeah.
Fine. Survival, 15.
All right, so you cut in. You're able to move the body parts out of the way, find where the stomach is, and open it up, and you find
I
some
hit
like.
its lightning breath organ and zap myself.
You do open up and you see that there's some rotting remains of what looks to be a mountain lion and some goats.
No undigested armor or weapons or anything of note. Bags of whole gold.
You finding a lot there in your little adventure there, Lee?
I don't see giants or remain of giant in here. So if they were here, it was a long time ago.
Nope,
Okay, so-
unfortunately nothing.
When I come back, I'm gonna ask Brahm, say, hey, so Esclerota is like right in front of you, and she's looking for her kids, and they're not there.
Yeah.
So where are they? What can I tell her to put her at ease, or where'd they go?
Huh. Okay. Would that be a religion check for me?
Yes, you can do religion or arcana, whichever.
Before you
Do
do
I
that,
overhear-
though, no,
I
you
still have that inspiration. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
do
definitely-
I overhear that? And can I assist on religion? Because I am proficient in
Yeah, I mean you
religion.
guys are all standing in the cave.
So with that was going to be an 18.
18. Okay. So, Brahm, what you discern from what Florestan's saying is that a couple things may have happened. Either the kids already passed on, and they're not bound to this world like Esclerota is, so perhaps they were able to pass on peacefully. You know, despite the terrible way they were killed. But it seems that Esclerota is the one that still hasn't let go yet.
So there's a couple things here. The kids more than likely have passed on to the other side there, and if what you're telling me is correct, it seems like Esclerota hasn't let go, hasn't kind of let go of that burden of that
that pain she has right now, and that's the only reason why she's here.
Yeah. Okay. So, as soon as I can roll height, bam, and I'm back, and say, hey, Esclerote, I talked to my buddy. He believes that when they died, they were at peace with themselves and they passed. See, when you died, you're not at peace. You are tethered to this world, and that's the only reason you're here. So you need to let go of your fear of them not being here, and then you can just find them where you're supposed to be.
But how can I rest peacefully when their bodies lie here in a pile of animal bones?
You'll lie peacefully because I'm going to take care of them for you. I made you a promise. See, we just killed that thing, and we're taking care of it. I will do whatever you need me to do with these bodies to put you at ease.
Please, just if you could only put my kids' remains to rest in a proper way, then I suppose that I could rest finally after all of
Give
this.
them a proper giant burial.
I will take your kids to your husband, and together we will all put them to rest.
I give you my thanks, and I will agree to those. That please take my children's remains from this awful place, and my husband can give them a proper burial back at Skyreach.
I will do that. You rest easy now. Go find your kids.
And then she's still there, and you see she's still looking at the remains, and she's just waiting, but
Wow.
she hasn't moved on yet.
Well, that's fine. I wouldn't expect her to. So
I dare say. Oh, sorry.
I bamf back and say, okay, guys. So she's just holding on to them. We need to take these kids. We need to bring them back to Bulgathgis and let them be put to rest at ease.
Sounds like the proper thing to do. It doesn't.
After we have done that, is she going to help us power castle again?
No, she'll probably move on.
Yeah, I kind of don't.
And why do we want
I'm
that?
not gonna ask her. You gonna ask her?
Yes. Ask her to help us get revenge on people who killed her children.
Yeah, I'm saying that I'm not gonna do that. If you want to bamf to the ethereal plane, then you can go ahead and ask her, but I won't.
Can she hear me? Hey, giant lady, don't you want to get revenge for your children? Hello? Give me sign. Hello?
Hello, just echoes in the cave. As you're digging through the body parts inside the monstrosity, the Behir.
And then Lee falls dead.
Alright, so what are you guys doing now?
Let's
Well,
I have sympathy for giant lady, but if she is going to disappear on us when we put her children to rest, then I do not see the motivation to do that.
because it's the right thing to do, and that we
Aye,
should.
yeah, right thing to do is destroy Colt who killed her children. Tell her stop being so selfish.
Her not being selfish. Got it.
I
You
think
just wanna use her powers.
How many other
instead.
children? How many other children will die because she will not help us?
well, guys, for now, I think we have one more person we have to deal with.
Oh, good point.
This-
Otostan, you want to go meet giant lady?
You guys all like
Come
turn
here.
and look at him at the same time, and he's about to sit up, but he just decides to just stay there and like, looking at you guys questioningly.
It's true. All things considered, I see very few reasons to let him live. He's a member of the cult, and he was part of the organization, and he was part of the group that pushed the children down to their deaths.
I don't think we need to be the ones who kill him. I think he should suffer the same fate he'd put these children to. Agreed?
Yeah,
Dragon
one
is dead.
problem
We
with
cannot
that,
eat.
yeah.
He
Kinda
cannot be
hard.
eaten by dead dragon. We stuff him into a dragon's stomach. Maybe the acid still dissolve him alive.
He can sit down here for as long as it takes to figure out what he wants to do with himself. I think we can do that just fine.
We might need to take
I
off other
say-
arm to make sure he
Let's
cannot
just
come back out.
chop off the other arm.
No,
So he can't climb out. Or tie it up. I don't know.
He's been through enough bodily harm. I can make sure he can't leave this cave.
I say that
Oh, really?
if Asmodeus's little Boy Scout here wants to kill him, we should kill him.
Asmodeus.
No, no one,
Really,
no one.
really getting tired of that.
Look, we don't need to kill him. But
Oh,
I
I'm
think-
sorry. Is it offensive for you to have me say that you want to kill someone who really doesn't need to die?
No, it's offensive for you to imply that I worship Asmodeus.
Well, I mean, if it talks like a monkey, I don't know. How's that saying go? If it
Quacks like a
walks
duck.
like a monkey and talks like a monkey,
sounds like a duck.
If it growls like an owlbear, and
There you go. Thanks for updating it for Faerun. All right. Well, how about this? Let's take a 10-minute break, and then you guys think about it, and we'll come back here at 3 o'clock.
Just
Okay.
before we leave, how long has it been since the end of that fight?
That was only what 4 rounds at the most. So, and then
it's the
you
end of the
guys
fight.
trekked
So,
2
like-
miles to get here. So
No, just after the end of that fight. How long has it been? It's been like what, a few minutes, 10 minutes?
yeah, only
Oh.
not even. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh, well,
5
then
minutes.
well, then I'm still casting Fine Steed.
Okay. Yeah. Erevan would have been.
I still have 4 meteors surrounding me.
Uh-oh. You gotta use them. I gotta use them somewhere. Lee, watch out.
Target practice.
And then Florestan, how long does your
I think
blink
we've come up
last?
with our method of
no,
execution.
it's done.
It's
It's only a
done,
minute.
okay. All right, so let's take a quick 5-10 minute break, and then once we're all back online, then we'll continue.
Give me a quick, and then that's where we'll wrap this episode.
And that's all right. Well, that's what. See, now you got me all messed up. Let me
You can
see.
just do
say it
2 at the
3
end of the
times.
session.
Yeah, I'll
Say
do.
it angry once, and when
That's
I need
where
it,
we'll
go
wrap this
loud
episode
once.
All right.
Hey,
See you in 2
fuck you, you're not DM.
All right, and while you guys brood over what your decision is with Esclarota and the remains, as well as Captain Othelstan's fate, we'll stop for this episode and continue on next time. All right,
Sounds
taking
good.
a break.
Peace. Cool. So I changed up Magic Missile a little bit to be more in line.
All right.
with what,
So, who's ready for endgame spoilers? Just
No,
kidding.
no,
Fuck you.
hey.
I don't fucking think so.
Not today, man. Not today.
Also,
They
my buddy
all
works for
die.
HBO. Who wants to know how Game of Thrones ends?
There you go. There you
I don't
go.
care. I don't care.
Just kidding. I don't know.
It ends with George R.R. Martin sitting behind a desk saying, they're all dead. What do you want me to say?
Was that how Endgame ends too?
Yeah.
that ends with Ant-Man up Thanos' butt, right? I mean, like, come on now.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Ugh. So that was
Yeah, that's
that was fun.
George R. Martin. It'd just be like, so if you guys want this last book, you got to donate to my Kickstarter.
Remember to donate to my Patreon.
Yeah, like he needs any more money right now. That was a
still
fun
have this
fight.
necklace of fireballs. I realized I probably should have used.
We didn't really
Me.
need it.
Yeah. Wait until
It's
we're
just
facing
like-
like a full-fledged dragon that's gonna fuck us up if we don't.
I feel like I should give it to somebody else because I mean, why should I use it when I can just cast it? So I'll give them to Florestan.
Oh, yeah.
You now have
What are
a
you giving?
you
to
now have a
Florestan?
necklace of fireballs.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh.
What does that do?
It has 3 beads on them. On it has 3 beads. You can use an action to take one off, or take as many as you want off, and throw it up to 60 feet. Let me find it.
Just give it to Lee and he'll just like smash it like up close and personal. Then hope to deck save away.
I love it.
Let's see, where is it?
All right. Everyone get a chance to go to the bathroom. I know it's
Yeah.
not even close to
That
5
wasn't really-
minutes yet.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about
it
to
wasn't-
say.
Well, yeah, go take your
let's
breaks.
see, necklace of fireballs.
I'm back, so I'm ready.
Yeah,
whenever.
you can throw. You can detach a bead, throw it up to 60 feet. When it reaches the end of its trajectory, the bead detonates as a 3rd level fireball spell
Oh
with
yeah.
a DC of 15. You can toss as many beads as you want, the whole necklace, and when you do that, the spell level increases by 1 per extra bead. So if you toss all 3, you're casting a level 5 fireball.
Nice.
Yeah,
Do
that's
they-
not as
is
good
it
as
like a
3
one-time
third levels.
No, but I mean, you get more burst.
It's a one-time use
Then you
kind
can
of thing.
do other stuff on different. It's a one-time use. That's it. It's expendable.
Sweet.
So I think you can just. I noticed. I think DM by Xanathars and all that for Roll 20. I noticed all
yes.
of the
Should have.
compendiums.
Oh,
been
really?
updated.
Good.
Yes.
Sweet.
Necklace of fireballs.
Oh,
There it is.
Awesome.
Look it up.
Speaking of, I'm getting way ahead of myself, but I was brainstorming character ideas for Waterdeep. Would you allow Warforged, or is that?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's considered an official book or not. That's like a handout, isn't it? It's not a real book.
No,
No,
Isn't
it's in something.
Yeah, it's an
Is it UA?
Eberron.
Eberron, yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Because I made a Warforged for another game.
Interesting. 'Cause I had a cool idea for a Forged Cleric Warforged. That was basically like,
Yeah, I've
He was-
thought of
he
that
was-
too. You don't want to do that
why not?
because the Forge
Let him
Cleric.
do-
One of the big Forge Cleric bonuses is that when you're wearing heavy armor, you get plus
Yeah.
1 to AC and resistance to all that.
Yeah,
Warforged
he has.
can't wear
He has
armor.
an. Yeah, he can. There's 3
No.
different. It says that there's 3 different.
Those are
like
natural
armor
defense
choices.
types. They're
No,
not
but
armored.
the first one says unarmored, and the second 2 are considered armored, according
Are they
to
considered armor? Because the DM in my other game said they're not.
Beyond.
Oh, you just broke up a little bit.
Oh, is that me breaking up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, just a
speaking
little
of
bit.
D&D Beyond, does,
Because
who doesn't have the books? Like, who doesn't have all the books?
I have physical copies of the books.
I have physical copies
Okay.
and all the PDFs.
Yeah. Yeah, the integrated protection, there's the Darkwood core, which in parentheses says unarmored, but then there's also composite plating and heavy plating, which in parentheses say armor.
God
And the
damn it!
prerequisite says medium armor proficiency for composite and heavy armor proficiency for heavy plating. So
Well,
It
now
seems like that
I
counts
want
as
to
an
play a Warforged Forged Cleric.
Mm,
I had the
Well-
exact same idea.
save it for our next game, because I know Dan wants us to get away from being all humans and half elves next time. So he's gonna
Oh,
allow
well,
it.
I have tons of other ideas. I guarantee you I'll come up with something.
Yeah, that should be like Grimmith. Grimmith needs to be a frontline person next time.
Oh, yeah, mix it up completely.
Barbarian next time.
There you go.
No, that's Floristan. He already called that. He's
Oh,
gonna
Floristan called that?
he's gonna be Floristan as a half orc barbarian that's like nice but naive and stupid and
Of course.
it's gonna be Floristan again, but as a raging barbarian half orc,
We have 2 barbarian.
I guess.
Yeah, that's true. You don't have to be all different classes. All right. Anyone
Maybe a rogue
still
next,
gone,
then.
or is everyone back?
Yeah, Brom's gonna be a rogue next
Um,
time for sure, so he doesn't have to be a Boy Scout. He's gonna be like
Oh,
the one
God,
out.
thank
stealing
you.
it.
Please.
He's gonna be like, we should assassinate and we should steal. We should pick locks.
Please. I'm waiting for it. No, I have some really cool character ideas that I'm looking forward to. So
Just
guys-
make sure they're
you guys
not
need to
human
get
or
through-
half elf.
Yeah, you guys
Nope,
need to get
that's
through
the idea.
this campaign first. Cool
I
character
know, but
ideas.
I rack up character ideas faster than I can ever play them.
Yeah, I feel
At some point, Lee's just gonna fall on his sword, and then a druid's gonna show up like, "Hey, I'm here to help."
All right. So when last we left our heroes, they were in the cavern of the Behir, where the giant children's remains were. They spoke with, Florestan spoke with Esclarota, promised her that he would give the children proper burial rites back at Skyreach Castle, and that she could finally rest in peace once her children were given their proper rites. So you guys are standing in the cavern. You're still talking about what you're gonna do to go back, and then also what Captain Othelstan's fate is. Should he continue back with you to Skyreach, or are you guys going to make a field judgment while you're out here in the wilderness?
Frankly, I don't see any reason not to kill him.
We could just
course.
leave him here. Like, that's... I don't think... I could make sure he doesn't leave.
Ask the giant what she would prefer. Maybe we can make an agreement for her to continue assisting us a bit longer.
She gone, man.
Oh, well then we don't need to move bones then. It's all done.
We are burying the bones. It's not like it's that much of a hassle.
Fair enough. Hey, Captain Odostan, can you dig with one hand?
He just gives you a nasty look.
I can't really dig with one hand very well. If we're making Game of Thrones reference.
Oh, I wasn't. I don't
remember
watch
that
it. I
one.
don't know.
But I am all caught up. Can't wait for tonight's episode.
That was back from when they were in Dorne. Oh well.
Yep.
So we can take Othelstan back with us, and he can be like an assistant to our new blacksmith. Like, we could use him.
Well, I don't.
mean, is he
I don't
repentant
think
at
that's
all?
a good idea either.
Here's the problem.
He's been in contact with whoever their high-level mage
He
is.
repented.
So
Here's the key problem. Blagothkus demanded his life. And frankly, I think Blagothkus has a right to that. Given that the cult killed his wife and his children. Not to mention usurping his castle for a time.
I think I agree.
Okay.
I mean,
Put him and
His
Bones
fate
on
belongs
fealty, and we go back, and he has until we get back to castle to think about how he's going to plead to Blagothkus for his life. That would not be our problem.
Don't we have a very useful small bag that can hold lots and lots of things in it?
I'm not putting Bones in that.
so
Why
so
not? It's better than
Are-
It's going to
carrying
get
them.
my gold dirty.
Is it
It's all
literally
held
just
in a
bones?
separate space.
Yeah, they've
it-
been digested for a while, and there's nothing. It's just like bleached bones,
Oh, it's-
like old bones.
Okay.
Okay.
There's no
I'll-
reason to prolong the
No.
man's suffering. If we bring him back, Blagothkus will kill him. Probably in a painful manner anyway. I say we end his life here and now.
I am open to give him decision. Do you want to take your chance with Blagothkus, or do you want to borrow my knife and take care of business yourself?
I still have a bunch of meteors that's I can pepper him with.
They're just like floating, levitating around
They're
you.
just floating around, orbiting.
Finally,
That seems a-
Othelstan looks up and with an angry look on his face, and he says, "Ha! You don't have the heart to kill me here. I don't care. I'll never work with you.
Lee
Hail
rushes in and
Tiamat."
stabs him in the gut.
That takes care of that.
Tiamat will rise again.
Sure, buddy.
I look him in the eye as the light's fading, and I go, Tiamat will never win.
I'll just launch a meteor straight into his face.
Whoa,
Hey, watch it,
Whoa,
watch
watch
it.
out.
Holy shit. Oh, shit, I'm right here. What the hell are you doing? I got this.
So as Lee, as you're whispering to him, all of a sudden the meteors like blast him away from you and smack him in the face, and he.
Lee, make a dex. No, I'm kidding.
No, yeah. All right, you completely burn off his face, all the facial hair, the hair on his head, it's all melted and singed, are gone. All right,
Yeah.
Well, that's that, guys. Let's
Captain
go.
Now,
Othelstan.
now I yell into the emptiness. Are you happy, draggy lady? I mean, giant lady? We do your business for you. Maybe you can help us.
Please,
I haven't
please,
given up.
please. Do not make demands of the dead. I think that's going a bit
I
too
wanted
far.
Flying Castle under our control. I know it's going to be a long time. Go back to Waterdeep now.
What are you talking about? We have
We
Grimmeth.
have the commands.
We
Yeah,
have
the commands.
Yeah, we have
can
the
give it a shot.
commands. We have several
But
spellcasters
it
in this
doesn't-
party.
I don't know
We're-
if
Well, okay. I mean, if you think Grimmett can fly castle by himself, okay.
Yeah, we can do it.
that's going to be
You got this. You got this. It's okay. I trust you.
quite a tall order.
Start studying your transmutation spell now.
Not that simple, unfortunately.
I don't know how these things work. Whatever.
All right, so you guys are talking about you finish off Othelstan, and as you're gathering the giant children remains,
I give the body another kick too, just because.
okay. Give Othestan's body a kick. Grimmeth, you're actually really helpful in finding all the different bones to make sure that any of the pieces that are supposed to go to the humanoids are connected, and you're giving a nice little anatomy lesson to the group as you guys are collecting the remains, making sure you don't miss anything.
You see, this one's called a femur.
And this is
The
connected
giant,
to
the giant knee bone's connected to the leg bone.
the... Yep, Grimmeth is
Giant leg
helping
bone's
out with
connected to the foot bone.
it.
Do you have a guild merchant background or an archaeologist background?
He has such a high investigation, he can see all the puzzle pieces interlocked perfectly in his mind. Alright, so you guys collect the remains, and you head back towards Skyreach Castle. It doesn't take you too long to get back there, but you can see it's probably midday. You guys are back in time probably for lunch, and the castle still remains docked at Parnas.
How long does it take to get back there?
Okay.
Like a 2-mile trek, so for you guys, I mean, I don't know, like
Probably what, like
hour
an
and a
hour?
half? Yeah, hour. Yeah.
Hour and a half?
Something like that. Okay, upon returning, you guys head to the inn first, which is where Cyclonius was supposed to meet you.
Cyclonius!
Alright, Cyclonius pops up.
Hey, we need to talk to Blagothus. Can you go grab him for us, please?
And Cyclonius motions for you to actually follow him.
Fucking alright, I'll go.
Let's go.
Alright, you guys go back to Skyreach Castle and follow Cyclonius as he wisps through the air. And as you get back to Skyreach, right when you come into the main gates, Blagothus is already waiting, standing there with his arms crossed. And as you walk in, he takes a step forward and he says, Where are my children's remains?"
Lee opens up his bag and
Oh,
it's like
God.
a magic trick, pulling
Oh,
a rabbit out of his hat again and again.
So
with
Lee, you're having
giant
some
bones.
trouble. You have to like scoop up under the skeleton arms and kind of drag out the torso and top, and then
work it out of the opening of the bag. It's not quite big enough for the skull. I gotta
you see
pull through.
and then like the hip and one of the legs isn't attached, so you guys pull that out piece by piece. But Blagothus is watching, and he has a very
I have to crack the femur a little bit to
get it out. Blagothus is watching with a very somber expression on his face, and finally you guys lay out the pieces in front of him, and Cyclonius goes away for a second and comes back with 2 coffins that look to be made a long time ago, but they're not that long ago. I guess they were made, but they're definitely not fresh. So you think maybe Blagothus was planning for this a little bit. But the coffins come back, and Cyclonius is starting to put the children's remains in their separate coffins, and Blagothus drops down to one knee to kind of watch over what's going on, and he turns and looks up at you guys as he's still kneeling, and he says, "Thank you very much. This will bring great peace to my wife, and she also told me about Captain Orthelstan's fate. For that, I also thank you.
You could thank us by convincing her that we still need her assistance to defeat this cult. My understanding is she wishes to move on now, but there are many other children who might die if we do not take further action.
You bring up a good point, Master Lee. But to deny my wife...
I like that name. You guys call me Master Lee from now on. That's a good name. I like that.
Not on your life.
To deny my wife eternal peace, I simply cannot do. Will you? And he looks to like Brahm, because you're the priest, and then Erevan's paladin, and he said, will you perform the rites for my children?
Without question.
Of course.
Then come, we go to the Oft, where we will launch them into the sky as is tradition. And he takes you upstairs, and Cyclonius brings the coffins, and you see Cyclonius splits into 2 air elementals, multiple ones where they can carry it, and you guys go up to the deck, where it opens out into the sky side of the cliff, and from there, you see the air elementals are on either side, and they're all surrounding the 2 coffins. And Blagothkus turns to the group and he says, please, continue with the rites, and once they are complete, we will cast them off into the great ocean in the sky.
So is there like a trebuchet or some shit? Or what are they planning on doing?
The air elementals are all carrying the coffins.
It's like a tornado. Twists it up into the sky.
Alright. Who is performing funeral rites?
Yeah, that'd be Brahm, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Feel free to inspire. We don't want to fuck this up.
Yeah, alright. I'll give an inspiration.
I'll assist
to each
Brahm
of you.
in his religion check.
What time of day is it?
It's like right after, so it's like 1 p.m. or 1:30 in the afternoon.
Okay. Is there any way I can like tell like what time they died at? Is there any way I could?
How would
I'll
you?
make a medicine check or something. I don't know. Just as a suggestion.
I mean, you could probably see how long they've been dead. I don't know if you'd
That's
be able to know the actual time.
Mhm.
Okay, so go ahead and do a medicine check.
Sure.
Let's see, since they've already been digested.
Ugh. Yeah,
That's
not so
fine.
great.
It wasn't a difficult one. I mean, just from the bleaching on the bones and that all the flesh has been completely digested, you believe that they've been dead for months. Maybe even close to a year.
Oh wow. Okay.
Damn.
Okay. So I kind of get prepped up, that sort of stuff, and are we like outside?
Yeah, you guys are on this kind of overhang of Skyreach Castle that is like a deck that you walk out to, open air deck.
Mm-hmm. So I look at up to the sun and I say that to the heirs of Lagothicus, we praise and we respect your last sunrise. Go to the arms of Lathander, be in his eternal warm, soothing light. We will miss your childlike qualities, and we will cherish your moments. Your legacy will continue throughout, and through them you shall live on.
And with that, Blagothkus gives you a small pat on the back that doesn't launch you into the netherworld, and he rests his hand gently on your shoulder, and he calls out a command, and the air elementals immediately whisk the 2 coffins out and away. And you see as they are carried out to the sky, they're just going further and further away. And finally, Blagothkus takes his hand off of your shoulder. You see him raise it up into the air, and he clenches his fists, and 2 lightning bolts come down and strike the coffins where they explode in the air in this huge ball of electricity and dust as they cast off in the far reaches of the sky. And with that, Logothcus lowers his arm and turns to the group, and he says, "And now, perhaps my wife can finally find peace. You must understand that I will continue to help you in any way that I can, but I must allow my wife to find eternal rest. To keep her here only for moving the castle, I fear I do not have the willpower to do so, to keep her chained to this place."
Makes sense to me.
No, we'll figure it out. We'll get it moving.
And Lee's the only one kind of like tapping his foot, looking off, like, ugh. And then finally you all hear a very faint woman's voice, and you can hear what seems to be, instead of the normal sobbing voice, a quiet, gracious voice saying, "Thank you all. I will go and rest with my children. Watch over my husband and bring him to us safely when he has finally rid this world of the cult." And she fades out. You guys
Sweet.
are all standing on the deck, and Logothcus takes a moment and he looks at you all and says, I will go to my study for a bit. If you need me, ask Cyclonius to come fetch me. Otherwise, the control room and any other thing you would need to know is at your disposal.
All right, go be easy. Man.
Okay.
We'll call you if we need you.
All right, he walks off. All right, so you guys are standing on the deck. Grimmeth has the command list, and the control room's not too far away. If you guys want to check that out.
Lee
All right,
starts
Grimmett, let's go get it.
flicking an imaginary
Wow.
abacus in the air, and he goes,
Yeah.
"How many air elemental would it take to lift a castle that way? Heavy is this? I wonder."
All right.
It's gonna be interesting.
So
Let's do it.
you guys go into the control room, also known as the steering tower, but Cyclonius has reappeared and is traveling with you. And you see that there's this large door at the top of the stairs, and Cyclonius puts his hand on the knob for a second, and you hear a audible click as it unlocks. And here, as you go up the staircase, it's part ice and part rock, comes up from the tower's ground floor up to the higher chamber. You step in, and it's just a wash of various reflecting colors as jewels cover the room, the controls. All the walls have like panels where they're encrusted with gems and moonstones. There's some emeralds that are as large as your fist, and there's these shining silvery like mithril wands also in spheres that are floating around. Some are intricate enough to be turquoise and inlaid with gold, others are copper, and it's almost like a observatory, except for it's not connected to anything. It's all floating in place. The walls start to kind of shimmer a little bit, and you can see, instead of just the walls of the tower, as it shimmers as you stand there, now you can see an aerial view in all directions. And it's almost like there's not even a castle around you anymore. It's like you guys are suspended in the sky now. And you can see all the controls in front of you, but it's 360 panoramic view of the area around you.
Florestan goes up and starts messing with shit.
This is quite the upgrade from my meager cart.
Oh, do you have
Florestan hit the down button and the castle starts grinding down into the earth.
do you have your proficiency in vehicle sky? We have vehicle
man.
land and vehicle sea. What about vehicle sky?
No, I don't. I have the fly spell.
Well, in case something goes wrong,
which
you
is
might need that.
basically the same.
Just have Cyclonus go out and give us a push.
Okay. Why don't we?
That's all we need.
This is okay. This is definitely above my level of expertise when it comes to casting Grimmeth. What are we doing here,
Oh,
buddy?
sure.
Florestan, do a strength check.
Oh, yeah. This is also my shit.
Because you're going around and messing with stuff, so.
Yeah.
I think
How about a natural 20?
You just
How
rolled
about
a
natural?
20.
Oh no.
So Florestan's like pushing stuff. It doesn't seem to reacting. He grabs a lever that has moonstones and emeralds all on the side, and it looks to be either gold or brass, but he goes to grab it, and he's like trying to move it. He's like, it's stuck. He grabs second hand on it, yanks it, and then it bends. It just goes, and you bend one of the levers, and it's like curved. It's like bowed out.
Okay, how about you not do that?
It's easier to handle now. It's easier to handle. Look, this is an ergonomic angle, so that way when you go to mess with it, you don't bust your back. You're welcome.
Oh god.
Lee's just you turn to Lee and you see that there's drool coming out of the side of his mouth as he's dangerously inspecting all the gems and jewelry as for its cut quality.
I mean, if Castle does not fly anymore, I can think of we could pay for a luxury travel to Waterdeep with these.
I mean, you could pay
I don't
for
think this is
10
all for
times
selling,
over.
Lee. I don't think you're going to be of any help here.
If it doesn't fly, I'm just saying. Maybe you make it fly, and then that is better. But if you cannot make it fly, that's just backup plan.
Then someone else will make it fly.
Aye.
And you see Cyclonius. He's like tapping on something, and you look up and you see there's like some big steps that you kind of have to climb up. But at the top of the 4 or 5 steps, there's a large manual that's open, and it contains the same things as your as the scroll that was given to you. But you can see that the scroll that was given to you was just the command word sheet. The rest of this manual, although it's large and cumbersome, you can kind of stand up above it and you can start reading it, and you can see that it's in Giant.
Giant?
Uh-huh.
Well, good thing I have the right spell for this.
Which one is that?
Comprehend languages.
All right.
It's the same spell I used to read the book in Infernal.
Oh yeah.
So I will have to ritual cast that. And everyone, you should just leave. It's going to take me a while to get through this book. So I'll see you guys later. And I'll start reading it.
Seems like Grimmeth is trying to kick you guys all out of the control room. He's taking charge.
So I can focus.
I gotta study.
Leave.
Florestan does not leave.
Alright, so those of you who want to give him time to study and those who want to do something else. But anyone? Or we'll just fast forward?
What do you guys want to do? You finally get downtime. Do something with it.
Yeah, you got 1 hour.
1
Oh
hour.
boy, 1 hour.
Oh,
of
sorry.
downtime.
That's
1
the
minute to
duration
read
of
a
the
page of text.
Yeah, duration
So-
of the spell is 1
Well,
hour.
I can continuously cast it,
Oh, okay. As a ritual. Yeah. But yeah, you can spend some time studying it.
however long it'll take to read it.
All right. Let's do a roll and see how much you
Oh,
retain or glean out of this.
what is this? Straight intelligence?
Yes, let's just do that because I don't know what else would fit. And you don't have proficiency in any kind of Well, you do have land vehicle proficiency, don't you?
I suppose, yeah.
I just
Yeah, you
there's
do.
there's nothing that I
do.
guess that wouldn't help because if there was some rains or something like
I
that.
have cartographers and I have land vehicles.
Cartographer's definitely
So-
going to come in handy, but just not
Yes.
not for the initial.
Not currently.
Yeah, let's just do a straight intelligence.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. 18.
Okay. So
18.
you're studying the rest of the group's kind of I guess sticking
Doing their
around,
thing.
but yeah, they're not messing with anything. You see Lee's taking measurements of an emerald that is larger than his head and torso almost. You can't tell if he's admiring it or trying to figure out how to pry it from the wall.
Maybe just chip out a little of the back. No one will notice.
See, I think we're gonna need all of that to make this thing fly.
If I notice that, I'm gonna mage hand and slap his hand out of that. But okay.
All right. So after a time, let's see. No, I'll just tell you. I was gonna type it out. I wanted to do more like whisper stuff so that when you guys said it to the group, it would be the first time that everyone else hears it. But that's fine.
Well, I mean, you can make a new voice channel with just a limit of 2 people, and just have it
hop
like the
out and
whisper.
hop in.
yeah,
That's okay.
if you want. But
Yeah, I'll figure it out for later. But for now, Grimmeth, the stuff that you find when you're reading the book is that you can use arcane ability to move it. So you don't necessarily need any kind of soul or spirit. It's actually just run on normal magic. The problem is it requires someone with some magical aptitude. So no one,
such as myself.
yes, but no one like beneath your level, like not beneath, but let's say for mechanical purposes, like a level 1 through 5 probably couldn't do anything with this control room. But looking at the way it works, you understand how you can focus this energy into one of the control nodes, and it's this nice moonstone that has been carved into an orb, and in that, with enough magical power directed into that orb, you would be able to move the castle and also use the commands. You believe that it would take the equivalent of one of your highest spell slots for moving it, or for one
Okay.
command, and a certain distance you think you can get just with like your highest spell slot.
Yeah.
Now-
right now it's a level 4, so
Now the only
4th
issue
level spell slot.
and there's some warnings and stuff in there where they talk about, I guess, buffering the power. So are creating a buffer between you and the orb, because there's a lot of warnings that caution against one person doing it by themselves unless they're really powerful. But it can be done. So there is some warnings that say that there's backlash from the magical energies if there's not enough control over it.
I got you, boo.
So it's 1 4th level spell per
Per command.
command, or like
Per
I
command.
can get a certain distance with the 4th level spell, or
Yes. So
because I mean I'd have to use 1 4th level to lift it up, and then 1 4th level to move it forward, and that's all I would be able to do.
and then after you
Then I would-
expended that, you would be able to actually go just from your internal energy and do it from there, but it would take a potential toll on your body.
Is this something that like I would be able to help out with?
Possibly.
Yes. Yep. Grimmeth says possibly. Yep. You should be able to.
We are both of the same.
Because I can just throw a couple
Sources.
4th level. I can throw a couple 4th level spells at it. That's fine for me to do.
I'm afraid that I don't have 4 spells.
Well, it's more so the mechanic of the spell, of the source I was talking about earlier. I don't know if divine magic would be able to do anything. I think it's more of an arcane magic, and that's me and Floristan share the same arcane magics.
So
I don't know if.
So I'm gonna dump a polymorph into it
Well,
and say, "Rise
the
up."
orb transforms
before-
into a mouse.
Before
Yeah, you were just dumping
Just
a spell.
hold on.
Well, I mean, it's done.
I'm going
So,
to.
Well, you would be using
so let me get the mechanics for this right. Is it a spell slot per command, or is it a spell slot for a certain distance?
so per command.
Because, like, can I use 2 spell slots and get 2,000 feet? Or do I have to use 1 spell slot to raise it up, and then another spell slot to move it? And then, like, how's the logistics of this work?
Per command is a spell slot. You think distance wise for 1 spell slot would be you'd be able to get 100 miles in any direction.
100 miles.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
So we have 4 spell slots available.
No, we have 3 spell slots available.
You have 3 now?
Dude, I dumped a polymorph into that.
Well, we'll count that.
Well,
we'll count
no,
that with.
or-
I mean, you're doing it
Yeah,
under
that's
Grimace
the
direction.
4th.
Yeah.
You might have you powered it. Now it needs the command.
yeah.
That's where it is.
Okay.
So
Some of the commands might be like lesser. No, let's just keep it. Let's make it
but
easy.
like
Spell slot for a command, and spell slot for 100 miles.
they have to be 4th level.
Yep.
Well, do 4 commands.
Okay. With Floristan's help.
Floristan's help. Yes.
All right.
So, like, I see rise. We're rising it and then stopping it be 1 spell slot instead of
I think you have to do
like
cast,
rising it.
cast
and then,
off, rise, and then a direction.
because there's no like halt command, right? It's like rise and it ascends at a rate of 10 feet per second, but it doesn't say for how long.
Well, within that, you would be able to. You would be able
We
to.
go to the
control it.
moon.
Up and up.
No, I don't have any
So I'm
spell
guessing
slots
that,
to
like,
stop it.
stop command is part of the rise command.
Oh, this is
I'll
great,
just have to
guys.
specify when.
You know, once you leave the atmosphere of Faerun, there's all the other planets of this setting.
There you go.
If you look up Planescape, there's
Planets.
there are other planets. Yes.
Airvan's trying to explain to all
That's
these flat
beyond my-
earthers. Yeah, you guys.
TMI can have this one. We'll just go find a different one.
I just know that when you get to the end, you fall.
If I recall correctly,
Discworld.
one of the planets in the Faerun solar system is ruled by mind flayers,
Okay.
which is amazing.
So I'm gonna pull out my map of the Sword Coast
Okay.
and use my excellent cartography skills.
Yes.
And I'm gonna give you
To-
inspiration for doing this because we don't want to fuck this up.
I guess. So we know where we're at, and I'm gonna try to determine the distance between us and Waterdeep. I think is where we're
Mhm.
going.
Waterdeep.
I'm
So
going to cast
Waterdeep
in,
and Baldur's Gate. Waterdeep.
It
Okay.
was Waterdeep.
So I'll figure out how far we are from
I'm
Waterdeep.
All right.
I'm
So
going to cast Enhance Ability on Grimace.
Enhance ability.
okay.
Now I'm not sure what. Is it just D20 plus?
So you're
And give
choosing
him
to
the
enhance his
fox.
ability.
I'm
Let's.
going to give him the Fox's Cunning.
All right. Fox is cunning. So you have advantage
Xanathar's got
on intelligence checks,
an intelligence.
and
check.
you also
I'm
get
guessing it would be
2d6
an
temporary
intelligence.
hit points. What's that?
2d6.
Yeah, temp hit points.
I stab him with my dagger.
Okay, for how long? 1 hour.
No, you don't.
Okay.
No PvP. Or at least limited.
He attacked me?
I take it back.
He's
I
just
take
joking.
it back.
Yeah, go ahead Brom, roll a 2d6 for his temp hit points.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, is that just for Bear's Endurance?
That might be. Yeah, that's just in Bear's Endurance.
Okay. I was
Yep.
gonna say you're gonna need all the hit points you can get, but unfortunately your fox is cunning. I mean, yes.
Fox is
Continue
kind.
on with this intricate
Oh no,
control.
I am the best
Alright.
of healers. He'll be fine.
That's right. You got your support system.
Let's see.
All right. So you're casting off. Are you?
Well, I want to figure out how far we are first from Baldur or from.
Okay. So you got your cartographer's skills. I guess you don't need.
Do you want me
necessarily-
to make a roll or?
Yeah.
or
Let's see how accurate you can get.
roll
You have-
cartographers, and it says query, so I'm guessing intelligence.
Yes, that's why he did Fox's cunning. So he gave you advantage on
So that
intelligence
would be-
checks.
And you have inspiration also. I
I
inspire
have
you.
inspiration also.
Stupid high roll. Here it comes.
Be a
Nice,
25.
25.
A natural 25. What
Jesus.
the
Natural
dick?
20.
All right.
Natural 25.
So
Dirty 25.
Grimmeth, you see Grimmeth is fast at work, and it almost looks like some of the tables are reshaping themselves to be smaller and easily accessible. Excuse me, for you. So as you're mapping everything out, you see that you're almost exactly 530 miles east of Waterdeep.
530 miles.
Hmm.
Almost exactly, eh?
Pretty close.
Well, we know a 4th level spell slot can go 1,000. Can I use a
100.
It's 100, man.
3rd level
100
spell? Or
miles.
100 miles. 100
Mhm.
miles. Shit. 100 miles. Okay.
So we can't get
See.
there today.
Can't get there today. We would get there tomorrow. So we'd cast off, and then rise.
Are you actually
not-
doing it, or are you just talking?
No,
it out?
I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking of the steps.
Okay.
So I have four options. Rise would be one, and cast off would be another.
Well, cast off first, and then rise.
Cast off, rise. Is
Details.
stopping the rise part of it? Or is
No,
it
you don't
just
have to do an
there?
extra. Like
No?
you can,
Awesome.
yeah. Let's not get crazy.
Awesome.
And if you guys wanted to stop before you hit the 100 miles, you could totally do that too and just levitate. And play.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're gonna get to the 100 miles and then just stop and float there for.
Yes.
Or I guess I don't have to be in the control room to during the 100 miles travel. So.
Well, you're just gonna put on
So I'm
autopilot
gonna rise.
and go
So
take
we'll,
a nap.
we'll rise up. We'll rise up. 500 feet,
Let's
1,000 feet.
let's get up there.
I don't know.
Let's
I
get.
don't
up
know.
there.
Sorry, I'm in
500
Canada.
seems-
We don't use
Yeah.
feet.
I mean, you can use meters. I'm pretty good with meters.
I'm not good with height, anyways.
Ah.
500 feet is like
Reference.
50 stories. I
Yeah.
think unless we're worried about mountain ranges, that's plenty.
Yeah, you guys are already docked on
Well,
a mountain
we are
range.
like right next to a mountain.
So you don't-
So I mean,
Yeah. You can
we're right
get
on
up
the
there.
other side of the Grey Peak Mountains. So
Which side are we on? I forget.
we're on the east side. We need to go west,
Oh, okay.
and we'd have to go over these mountains.
So you can see as Grimmeth is becoming more comfortable with the controls and kind of talking it out and explaining to everyone, mapping things out, you see Cyclonius is getting a little bit excited and sees that it looks like you know what you're doing, and he whisks away, and not too long after, Blagothkus comes lumbering up behind him and says, "Oh, Cyclonius says that you have figured this out."
Well, we're working on it. Sure. I'm just
Yeah, hold my beer.
yeah. Hold my beer. Let's go, guys.
Where are we heading to?
We are heading west to Waterdeep.
Ah, Waterdeep.
Do you know how tall these mountains might be? How high we might have to go to get over these mountains?
Well, once you give the rise command, we can get over the mountain peaks and head west, but you'll be able to do it without smashing into anything.
Okay.
We'll just say that you go high enough to
Awesome.
go over, clear the mountain range.
Awesome.
Do it by feel, not by just measurements.
Okay.
Oh,
Awesome.
silly math.
Well, the measurements come first, then comes
Measure twice now.
the...
We don't-
Yes,
And-
measure twice, cut once.
Blagathkas goes, "Are we traveling today? I will give the word to my denizens of my castle."
Yes, I believe we will be traveling. We will take off today.
Great.
Do we have enough equipment, enough supplies to make the trip? It's about 500 miles.
The castle is fully stocked for a year's long siege. Do not worry.
Excellent.
That's a lot.
He don't fuck around.
No,
All
he
right,
doesn't.
let's go then.
So he goes away. You hear a bell ringing in the castle. You hear like ding 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 ding, and you hear ogres yelling at each other, moving around, and you can hear the gates closing. And it seems like the castle's ready to move whenever you are.
Okay, so I'll give the cast off command.
All right, cast off. All right, you expend. Are you
I'll
using
ask,
floor stands?
Well,
that first
I'll
one?
ask. Florestan to use his two first, and he doesn't have to be around
Yep.
here to.
Done.
Okay.
Okay, so cast off.
All right. So that was floor stands, or is that Grimace?
Well, it's Florestans.
All right,
I'll ask Florestan to pump his second one into the.
Floor stand.
forward.
Before you pump your second spell slot, go ahead and give me a Constitution save.
Oh, good. All right.
Oh man.
All right.
Oh.
Oh,
I got
Oh,
5.
You got a
Laura
5.
stands a one pump chump.
All right, Florestan, you as you're touching the orb with Grimace, you feel just a wave of nausea kind of hit you, and you feel a little lethargic and have taken 1 point of exhaustion.
Can I also throw up all over Lee?
You'd be forcing it,
No,
but I suppose you could.
I gave up on stealing jewels. I'm not even there anymore. Screw you.
All right. Well, 1 point of exhaustion's fine.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I guess I'll. Well, if I do another spell, though, will I be at disadvantage for the save?
That's what exhaustion does, unfortunately.
Okay.
exhaustion.
that's-
That's only
that's
checks.
fine.
I think saves comes later.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep, that's on ability checks.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then yeah, I'll pump another one in there as soon as I can.
All right, you pump the second spell slot, and this one is for a rise. Grimace controlling and con save, please.
You got it. Where are we at?
Ooh, there it
22.
is.
So,
Crit. All right. So
And
you
I go,
what? You do what, Tully?
no, I said I do that and then I instantly fall asleep.
Yeah. Get some rest. Okay. All right, Grimace. So you're able to cast off the castle, and then you
So-
guys are rising, and you're getting close to being over the mountains.
we'll rise up until.
Yep.
And I will
You
say.
find a good path in between two mountains where you wouldn't have to go over unless you really wanted to go over the peak. You could
Well,
do that too.
No, I'll be fine as long as I can squeeze through.
Mhm.
As long as we're not too close. I guess at that point I'll put in mine.
Okay. Got to put in your fourth level spell slot.
Oh, shit, I didn't realize it was gonna be that long.
That's fine.
Well,
it's anything.
Constitution save.
Now this one is for heading west, I
This
suppose.
one's for heading west.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and do a con save, please.
Where are we? It's a 4.
Okay, so you take a point of exhaustion.
I do still have inspiration from.
You do. Would you like to use it?
I'll use it.
You can't use it for saves. It's just checks.
Oh, I can use it for say. Okay. All right. So
Alright.
1 point of exhaustion.
1 point of exhaustion.
One point. And we'll head west.
Okay.
100
Alright, so
miles.
the castle smoothly, or lurches for a second, then smoothly peters into a nice pace where it starts moving westward. And you can hear a couple cheers down below from some ogres.
All right. We'll head west. How?
Alright, you gonna dump another spell slot?
I mean, I might as well. But I mean, we can go another 100 miles east or west. And I don't have any left
Yeah.
to
You
like
could-
stop.
You could cast it, put in another 100 miles, and then it would travel without you needing to be there. You know,
Okay.
pretty clear path up in the sky.
All right, I'll do that. So I'll just make a con save and subtract another 4th level spell.
Okay. Subtract that, and then go ahead and roll your con save when you're ready. 21.
21.
Nice. Okay, so no exhaustion this time.
We got the hang of it the second time around.
Got the hang of it. All right, another 100 miles, and
All right, so the castle's cruising along. It's hard to tell how fast it's moving because while you guys are on the castle, it doesn't really feel like once it gets a steady pace. But you can see that it's moving, and it'll take some time to traverse the skies. But you guys do have the castle moving now.
right. I'm guessing I'll have time to take a short rest and recover one of my 4th level spell slot to use it
Oh,
again.
that's right.
Yeah, arcane recovery.
That's great. That's gonna be super useful.
All right, so you're doing a short rest only.
I'm doing a short rest,
Okay.
and one of my things as a wizard is I can recover a certain amount of spell slots per day, or for one short rest.
Okay.
There are 4 points, and I can put them into however many spell slots. So 1 4th level spell, or 1/3, and one
Oh, I see.
first, or like I can distribute them. So I'll use them all for 4th level,
Okay.
and I'll talk with the guys. We can go another 100 miles, or we can stop. I can anchor it, so it won't move, won't go anywhere, and I can rest until the morning,
Does it just float?
and then finish the. It just stays in one spot.
You
So
should
It
probably.
doesn't drift. It doesn't go anywhere. I can have it drift, so it goes in the wind with the wind. But
We should probably
perception
ask the
check.
doctor.
Which direction is the wind blowing?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, let's get some free movement here.
Yeah, you can use the tools in front of you to know that you're going in the right direction.
well, no. Which way is the wind going? Is it going west, east, north?
I mean up here it's a lot of different gusts, but probably the wind is casting like in a southwest direction, we'll say.
Well, what do you guys think?
Let's stay in control of this thing. We don't want to get lost.
No, that,
I mean,
yeah, that,
alright.
that would not be great.
So I'll anchor it. My final one, final 4th level.
Oh, you're stopping in the sky?
We'll stop after the 200 miles,
Okay.
and then we'll definitely get the rest of the way.
Okay.
In the morning.
Go ahead and do a last con save, please.
10.
All right. So you take another point of exhaustion.
Another point.
So now you're at level 2 exhausted.
Now I'm at half speed.
So no running
Alright.
around the castle.
No running around the castle.
All right. So now you guys are, I
We're
guess,
anchored.
yeah, you're anchored in the
And-
sky.
Can't lesser restoration remove exhaustion,
No.
or is that greater restoration?
It's most likely greater. Lesser can only do what is it? Blind, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. I was thinking about that too, and I'm like, ooh, that'd be a great play right now, but I can't do it.
All right. So what do you?
Darn.
So now if Grimace is done moving the castle, and it looks like he's very haggard and needs a rest. Anything you guys want to do while he's moving the castle, and before you guys take a long rest?
Well, I'm just gonna pass out on the bed.
All right. What about you? Everyone else?
Yeah, I didn't even make it to the bed. I'm passed out right there.
Lee,
I can't
Aravan?
think of anything.
Okay. Brahm, anything?
No, I'll just stay up in the control room with Grimmeth and Floristan just to make sure they're okay. But
Yeah. I think Grimmeth went back to the bunk to sleep, and then Floristan's curled up on the floor.
I'm Lee's standing up in the front of the castle, whichever direction that is, depending on how it's going, with his arms spread wide, just going, "I'm flying, Jack."
King of the world. Unfortunately, no one embraces you from behind to hold you steady.
Fortunately, I don't need that.
All right, so go ahead and take your guys' long rest. I don't have the cool little button anymore, so you just have to do it
Aw.
manually. I don't know where
I
that
didn't
went.
lose
I believe I
anything.
lose one of the points of exhaustion.
Yeah,
You do.
You lose
Yeah.
1 point of exhaustion.
So go back to 1 point. I get
I
all
thought
of
you
my...
lose all points of exhaustion when you long rest.
Nope.
Nope.
No, you
No,
only
one
lose
level.
One at a time.
All right, so you
All
wake
right.
up. You wake up in the morning. You the castle looks to be. Oh, let's see. If you got 200 miles. So it looks like you're over the rivers that run down from the Great Peak Mountain,
Okay.
and you guys are just kind of you have the forest north of you, and then moor south of you, and it looks to be the high
Oh, I see.
forest. Yep, north of you, and then the high.
So we're
moor.
what, just...
You're close to you believe you're close. You've passed Loudwater, so you haven't hit Sacomber yet, but you've passed by Loudwater.
Okay.
If that shows up on your map.
All right.
So why don't you let me do the first two spells then? I guess
Yeah.
since I'm the one that's
Well, let's see. With 5, we have about 300 miles left. 300 and then some.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah,
So-
I'll do 2, and then you can do one and change, and then get us down, right? With your 3.
Your 2 would basically just be distance.
Well, I mean, for flavor, why don't we just have you do the first one, and then you can take a rest while I do the other 2?
Well, I can do the rest while we're traveling. I don't need to be in the control room while it's moving. So
It's flavor,
Okay, yeah,
damn it.
Sure, flavor, flavor. All right, I'll do the first one.
All right.
Pumping a spell.
Go
Make my
for it.
Constitution save. That is an 18,
All right. 18 saves.
and I guess we'll start heading west again,
Okay.
or like, yeah, west. We're due west of the.
Yeah, you guys are about
Due
due
east
west.
of
I mean, you
Waterdeep,
might have to
so-
go southwest slightly, but it won't be, or northwest. It won't. You can make the adjustments. You're
Oh, we're not gonna.
getting your.
We're not
bearings.
gonna park it right above Waterdeep. That would be bad.
I
Freak out everybody in Waterdeep. I don't think so.
All right.
would be bad.
So
So,
you need
yeah.
you need three to move it.
I
Close
got
to
the
water
other two.
deep.
So he's got the other two. Well, I guess I'll let him drive. Let him
Hell
experience.
yeah!
Here, put your hands
Remember,
right here. This is
West.
how you move it. All right, Florestan, let's see it. See
Just
the con
touch
check.
this one.
Con save.
Okay, first one's a net
Oh.
critical fail. Critical fail.
All right, you got So you had. What did
I
you have
was-
when you went to sleep?
I had one
So
when I
you
went
cleared
to
that
sleep.
out. All right, so now you have 2 levels of exhaustion then.
Oof.
No,
Oof.
he's only
First
at one.
Gets cleared.
Well, no, if it's a critical fail.
Yeah, he had a
then
critical fail. So
Oh, I
2
see.
points.
Oh,
That's fine. That's fine. I was trying to make it like do a barrel roll and didn't do it very well. So yeah, I'll do the last one then. I mean, I'm not gonna die from 3 points of exhaustion, right? That's 4.
That's 6. 6 points.
Oh,
to
that's
death.
6. Okay, well then yeah, I'll do another con save, and that's a 21.
All right, so you're good. You do feel pretty drained and lethargic.
Why don't you just assume that I was
Alright.
standing with you guys when you were doing this, so that when you make the con save, you get my +4.
Well,
It's
it'd
fine.
be a sub.
I don't know.
It's
Were
a-
you standing
oh,
next to
critical
us when
fail.
we were doing this?
That's a good question. Was I DM? Because I
Tell
have
me.
nothing else really to
No.
do.
That'd be relevant for Grimmett. That would not be relevant for me.
Yeah. All right, so we'll
That
say
would
for
make
the
my
future.
10 a 14.
Yeah. Well.
Go
All right,
ahead.
we'll say for the future rolls that Aravan has showed up, but you guys got an early start, so let's not retcon any of the rolls.
Second question. Do I have time for a long rest while the rest of it's getting there?
You can try.
I try.
It isn't too tough for you to get to sleep. You immediately collapse right on your old sleeping spot on the floor.
I wake up for 5 minutes and then just go right back to fucking sleep.
Brom tucks you in as he was watching over you the night before.
Yep.
All right, Grimmeth, what do you got left?
I've got 2 spell slots left.
Okay.
After taking a short rest while Florestan was at the helm,
Okay,
Recovered
that's an
my one
hour.
that I
All
used.
right. You guys are still making good time, though. I mean, the fact that this thing can move.
No, we
how
need to
long
get there
has it
now.
been has it been a whole day since we left, or like?
Oh yeah. I mean, this thing's
guessing
not
it's
moving
been
like
like 3 or maybe 4 days since. So I don't know. I
it's
don't know how
not,
fast
it's not
this thing
moving
can
like
travel.
100 miles per hour. It's let's say
Oh,
I
man,
got to
feel
do the
old.
math,
Well,
but
I mean, from Baldur's Gate when we first started, Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep was like
months.
what? Yeah, 4 months or something like that
That was by
by
carriage.
cart / walking. So like, it looks like maybe 3/4 of that distance between Parnast and Waterdeep.
Hold on.
So like, how fast is this thing traveling?
60
Has
feet,
it been
60
days or
feet
has
a
it
minute.
been
So it goes 60 feet a minute when it rises and sinks.
10 feet? Yeah, 16
Right.
minutes.
So 60 feet.
No,
Yeah, per minute, because 10 feet per
no,
round.
100 feet per minute. It's 10 rounds in a minute.
Oh, per round. So 10
Yeah,
feet
there's
per
10 rounds
round.
in a minute, so
Yeah, you're right. So it's 100 feet it can go per round? Or sorry, 10 feet per round. So how many per minute? 100 feet?
100 feet per minute, just rising and falling.
So if we do 100 feet per minute, so per hour, we times that by 60. So that's 6,000 feet, which is how many miles? Isn't it like 5,000 something? Feet, 2 miles.
So it's just over a mile an hour.
Too much math.
It'd be so much
6,000
easier if
feet.
you were doing this in meters.
Yeah, so one mile. So it goes 1 mile an hour.
Wow. And we've gone 100 miles in one spell slot.
There's no way.
So, yeah, like,
Wait, that's just rising and falling, not.
Yeah, that's rising and falling.
Going.
So we'll say
that's rising and falling, yeah.
cruising along. But they don't have
How
any
far
other
are we?
speed or anything on there.
Well, I mean, it's your call, DM. How long is it taking us? To get to
I
water?
would like for 100 miles. I want it to be reasonable, but I want like 100 miles. I want it to travel at a.
So we can walk 30 miles a day.
30
8
miles
hours?
a day.
In 8 hours, we go 30 miles a day. That's walking.
That's walking.
Walking is what, like 3 miles per hour? I think it is. Walking.
Yeah, give or take. So let's say if you guys can
Well,
do 30
presumably
miles.
this is faster than that.
Yeah, so let's say like
Presumably.
it can go. Should we say like 50 miles in a day? But see, this thing's moving along. You don't have to rest. Let's make it easy. We'll say it can travel 100 miles in one day. So
Okay.
yeah, if you do 100
makes it
miles,
a lot
divide it by
easier.
24. So it's going 4 miles an hour, 4.16.
Oh, and in
That
24
works.
hours, it goes 100 miles?
Or maybe I did that wrong.
Okay.
This is not my strong suit.
We go 30
Okay, if-
miles.
Yeah, let's say like the day is 8 hours because that's when we can be active.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be 100 divided by 8, which is 80
12.
miles an hour.
Is it 80? Oh,
No,
right,
it's-
80. Yeah,
12 and a half miles per hour.
Yeah, something like that.
12 and a half.
DM, I did think of something that
Well,
I
I
could be
mean-
doing while they're doing all this.
What's that?
Is there any way that I can try and gain more control over the sword? Like engage it in a battle of wills?
Perhaps, but maybe not at this.
Because it's becoming an irritant.
Yeah, you think that if you could maybe get it to a temple or a shrine to Aminatar, perhaps you could try to reverse the desecration, but you don't know if that would risk destroying the weapon too. But that would be the only thing that you think could kind of purge this of its evilness.
Great.
So there is a risk to doing so, but you believe that the proper procedure could possibly clear this thing.
Again, I'm not so concerned necessarily about the fact that it's evil. I'm concerned about the fact that it is interfering in my combat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
You think 100 miles a day is about right?
100 miles in 8 hours? Sounds about right.
Because it was 12.5 miles per hour, right? So it'd be
I
like
think,
it'd be like kind of a carriage ride
let me
almost.
see. Travel
if
pace.
If we worked
Hold
in
on.
shifts, it wouldn't necessarily be bound to the
At a
8 hours.
fast pace,
Right.
travel pace, you can go 4 miles in 1 hour.
Okay.
When
So
traveling on foot,
So we're
you
doing
go
3
30
times
miles
that.
in a day.
So we're doing 3 times that
Doing 3 times that.
because we're doing like what? We're doing 12 something.
Do
You're
one,
doing
yeah.
100
Yeah.
Yeah, I like 100 miles for 8 hours. So yeah, you could do shifts and force it to go 300 miles in one day. Because I think 12 and a half miles per hour sounds
Well-
about right for like a large castle moving in the sky. It'd be slow and lumbering, but at least it's in a straight line.
That works for me.
So we'll
Sure.
say you guys.
So-
So it's at least
So let's say 200 miles a day, because we gotta sleep.
yeah.
So
So
it takes 2.5 days to get here.
right. So yeah, to your location now, you'd be 2.5 days.
Yeah.
So you need another 2.5 days to get there. 2
So the
days
first
to where
day-
you're at.
The first day I dropped to 2 exhaustion points, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and Florestan dropped to 1. We slept. Second day I'm at 1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Florestan's at
2.
2. We travel another 200 miles. We sleep. I lose my 1. He loses 1 of his.
Yep.
Now it's the morning of the 3rd day.
Okay.
So
So you got what, another 250 miles?
So
left?
I already used my 1 to get another.
Okay.
yeah.
Yep. So you still have 1 point of exhaustion.
So I have 1 point of exhaustion, and then
And go ahead.
Floriston's at 1, I guess.
Mhm.
Yes.
He slept and relieved 2 to get 1. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so you guys got to get the rest of the way. I think should be 3 spell slots. Does that sound right to you? And then where are you putting it? Like, because you guys
So
said
I
you're not
have-
flying it directly over Waterdeep, which I believe is a wise decision.
Yeah, we're just gonna drop it right in the middle of the town.
Well, we could drop it in the along the coast if we wanted. Like on the water, we could drop it. So it's like a floating island.
Yeah, I'm not the best
Uh,
swimmer. That's
I have
I would
Yeah.
say
We
by
can
the
do
south
that.
gate of Waterdeep. Looking at my
a
map of
12-foot
Waterdeep.
rowboat on me that we can use. Because I'm assuming this castle does not have boats.
Nope, no boats.
So I've got a 12-foot rowboat in my
Wh-
robe of
wh-
useful items.
I was about to say, where do you keep that?
You
see this little patch on
all
my-
the patches
my
on
robe
his
here?
robe.
I'm
There
okay.
seems
with
to be empty
the
land
south.
outside
So,
the gate.
so right now it's like
Yeah.
2 o'clock p.m. and we're at the coast of the. We're in the sky above Waterdeep. So I
Not
have
above. Near.
near water. Yeah.
Did you do your
Nearby.
new con saves for getting to Waterdeep? And we'll say
Yes, we already did all
Airvan.
that. We already traveled 500 with all the con saves. We traveled.
Oh,
500
you guys have?
miles.
Oh, okay.
We were just deciding,
Yeah.
okay, when did
Where
we
to-
get the
where to
con?
put it.
When did we get the exhaustion, and when did we sleep?
I think you both
So-
have 1 point of exhaustion.
We both have
Floriston.
1 point.
Yes.
I used my 1 this morning to travel the extra 100 miles.
Okay.
I recovered my 1 during a short rest, so I'm topped up on spell slots right now. We're all topped up on spell slots,
Okay.
so we have 4 commands we can do.
All right, so you can see Waterdeep in the distance. It's not too far away. You're looking for like a good area, but there's the mountains on the eastern side and the walled city of Splendor beneath you. You can see the harbor has a bunch of ships and everything in it. You could possibly either do the coast, but that would mean you would kind of fly over part of the city, or you could keep it kind of in the mountains and then go in through one of the gates from the mountains. I mean, it's like on a cliff, and then Waterdeep's built. Yeah.
Let's do
Next to it.
that.
You
Or
just put it
they
down
should-
next to the high road outside of town. Wherever the nearest open field is off of the high road.
It's not a bad idea.
Fuck your potatoes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do it.
We could keep it like 1 foot off the ground so it doesn't actually crush, or 5 feet off the ground so it doesn't crush anything if they're growing, whatever.
All right.
But
so
if we can find an empty field, just put it on an empty field.
is that all right? You guys looking for an empty field? All right, Braun,
Yeah.
you have the best perception, so I'll let you roll with advantage to have the eagle
Okay.
eye. Let's see how many.
Oh, that's a bad roll. That's a real bad roll for me.
Well, what is it?
That would be a 17.
All
with
right, a
advantage.
17.
God,
Terrible.
we suck.
My passive's better than that. I mean, come on.
All right, it looks like you guys found a field.
Good, let's
However,
go.
the field isn't empty. You can see it is empty. There's nothing, no structures or people, but you can tell that it's a tilled field, which means the best location for you is landing in someone's farm.
Well, we can keep it, yeah, like Lee was saying, like 5 feet above, and get the
Or we
last
can
couple
just do like
feet easy.
hot air balloon rules and just give them a bottle of champagne and say, we'll come back for this later.
Oh, is that how that works?
That's absolutely how that works.
I'll take your word for it.
All right.
Can't say I've had that happen to me, but okay.
We can go down there now and talk with them if we want.
I'm not. I mean, if we're doing hot air balloons, I think this castle is comparatively far larger, so we probably have to go with something far more
I mean,
valuable.
Even if we're
Probably.
500 feet off the ground, we can get down safely. I've got Featherfall.
That works too.
We can all jump.
And how would we get
Put your
back up?
trust in me.
I've got polymorph.
I think he has fly too. So
I have
think
I
we're
have
okay.
fly. I have
Yeah.
feather fall.
That's
Rope
easy.
trick,
That's the
something
last
easy.
500 feet are easy.
Let's do like 20 feet and throw a rope down from the main gate.
That would also work. Really, it's
All
like pick. We can get there.
So we'll hover above this place. I'll use another spell slot
Okay.
to sink.
All right. Go for it. And
So
you're
7.
safe. Nope. So you take a point of exhaustion. So you're at
Another point.
level 2
Are you
exhaustion.
next to Aravan?
Oh yes, I am. So
Yeah.
So plus
or
4.
11. 11.
All right. So you take another point of exhaustion.
Another point.
No.
You know,
Just, you're at level 2.
Rest in the castle.
Yeah. Every time you ask me a
Um,
question, you just take
And
another
I'll stop
point of
it.
exhaustion.
I'll stop it like 30 feet from the ground if
Okay.
I can do that.
Yep.
Is that? I don't think that would. Well,
Well, now you have to. Well, yeah, I allowed you to stop, but then you do have to do another command, which is called
I'd have to anchor.
to hold its
Yeah.
position.
You want me to do it?
no, I could do it. I mean,
For the sake of the podcast, I think we'll need a quick recap of just we made it there and this
Yeah,
many
I know.
exhaustions
I
and this
know.
and that.
yeah.
No one's gonna want to listen to all this.
I
Our
know.
so
no
much
shit.
ass
and
It's
our
fine.
cheese
It's
deeds.
fine.
But just
We
you
will.
know, whenever we're all set, give us a quick recap of you traveled there in this many days. You suffered a few levels of exhaustion based on previous rolls.
Okay. All right, Grimmeth, make your
Alright.
that's a 7 plus 4. No, you
So-
need another one.
No, that was my
Anchor.
current one
Yep,
or
go
my
ahead and
previous
anchor.
one. So this one will be another point of exhaustion.
Okay. Yep. So you're level 3 exhaustion,
I'm level 3, so now that's disadvantage on these saves.
and you give yourself 30 feet above the farm.
30
that's
feet
beneath you.
above the ground.
And then how long did we say this took? 4 days?
It took 3.5 days.
3.5
It's-
days?
We're on the 3rd day, and it's like 2 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon.
Okay. So as you are becoming more familiar with the control panel, Florstan acts as your co-pilot. You guys pour your magic into this orb, this moonstone orb, and you're able to travel west from the Great Peak Mountains towards Waterdeep. And after 3.5 days of resting and putting your energy into it to move the castle, 3.5 days you guys get within range of Waterdeep. And you find an area or a farm, a clearing where you can land, but because there's tilled fields underneath and it's someone's property, you decide to keep it 30 feet above the ground, and then you can go down from there. Now, the movement of the castle has taken its toll. Florstan currently has 1 level of exhaustion, and Grimmeth has 3 levels of exhaustion, or he's level 3 exhausted.
Yep.
But you guys have made it, and it's kind of late afternoon as you guys are coming down, and Grimmeth anchors at 30 feet above this farm, and you can just see this huge shadow casting over this guy's crops and land. But
Lee is going to go to the front gate because he can always slow fall down the rest of the way if anyone shows up. So he's going to keep watch. If anyone comes out to investigate, he's going to explain who we are and why we're here. But he's going to recommend Grimmeth. Can Grimmeth take 2 long rests, one after the other, from like
No.
2
No.
whatever afternoon to the
he
next
can't.
day? Oh, okay.
Unless you guys wait 2
No.
days. You can't.
Well, I
do
was just wondering, like from one day to like the next morning, mid-afternoon to the next morning. You could do it back to back.
You can take
But,
one
okay.
long rest per day. Yeah.
Well, in that case, I don't know. Do you guys want to long rest?
I would appreciate
Well, I mean,
a long rest.
I don't
but
think we're gonna get into any fights here. This seems like a safe place, but at the same time,
The,
Seems like
no.
a safe place,
the
but
door
we still
to
need
the-
to talk to
door to
these,
the farmhouse opens up, and a guy comes out, and he has a straw hat that he's putting on, and as soon as he puts it on, he immediately takes it off so he can stare wide-eyed at this gargantuan castle hovering over his land. And he stops for a second, and he spots you, Lee, because you're kind of making yourself visible, and he's like, "Hey, get off my land!
Lee's going to jump off the from the castle down onto the ground
Using slow fall. I saw you
using
linking.
slow fall,
Okay.
and he's gonna do a superhero 3-point stance landing.
Alright, let's see if you make the landing. Although it was slow fall, so I'll let you do advantage to your acrobatics. Alright, 22.
wow.
Yeah,
Stick
so
the
you
landing.
stick the landing, looking all cool.
As it jumps
And I-
off, I'm gonna rise the castle and just leave.
It's so worth that
Okay,
extra
I will-
point of exhaustion to leave you forever.
I will keep all the reward money for myself. Goodbye. Thank you. Alright, now I'm gonna slow fall down. I go, greetings, good sir. We are the heroes of Green Nest. We have been summoned by the Council of Waterdeep. We apologize for being over your land, but it will only be temporary, and we are here on command of Most High Authority.
Well, whose authority is that?
The Council of Waterdeep.
Council of Waterdeep. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to do some explaining to them yourselves, looks like. And he points a thumb over his left shoulder, and then you can see this cloud of dust fast approaching.
Of dust.
It's like a cloud of dust, and you can hear a bunch of hooves hammering the road.
Oh boy,
They have
they're coming
Griffin.
to us.
They have Griffin riders. FYI.
Well, this time they're not sending out the SWAT team. We should consider ourselves lucky they're not sending out the SWAT team.
What are you guys doing
Man,
after Lee?
It's a flying fucking castle. They should be sending out the flying mounts. But, okay.
Tying off ropes to rappel down.
Okay.
That's- yeah.
Floor stand
I'm passing
jumps
out.
off like Lee did.
Are you using slow fall? I hope.
No, I don't have slow fall or feather fall or anything like that. But if Lee
God.
can do it, I can do it. So I
He's
just
good.
jump.
30.
I
Boy,
guess Fealty
Dude,
is
that's a
staying in the castle now.
That's like
That's a
jumping off the
3-story
roof of a
building.
house. Yeah. That's like.
What do I roll? I'm not casting anything,
All
but
right. I mean,
I'm showing off.
what is there to roll except for damage?
Right? No, right. So, do you roll damage or do I roll damage?
Is that
It's for every
60?
10 feet, I think, right?
Is
Yeah.
D6
D6 for every 10.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah, so 3d6.
I'll
So
roll.
why are you falling?
He jumped off.
Because he
He
thinks he
wants
can
to be
be
cool
the
like me.
3d6, we said.
Yeah.
Which,
Bludgeoning.
by the way, the fact that it caps is bullshit. So don't even think I'm not gonna house roll that. All right, 14 damage.
Oof.
Minus
Stand up.
30.
I stand up and
No,
I
minus
just make
30.
it seem like it didn't hurt. Like it didn't hurt at all. That I'm as cool as Lee is.
Oh,
Go ahead and do it. Let's do an acrobatics check to see what kind of
Yes.
landing you have.
If you land,
And it's not an advantage, so 13. Okay, so
13.
it's almost like a half roll. Like you're trying to roll forward, but you end up just kind of rolling on your side. And eventually the momentum stops, and then you're just stretched out flat. But you
Yeah, but
slowly
then
get
I
up.
get up.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, no problem. As like everything's cracking and.
Actually, why not? Fealty has to get down there somehow.
Why did you guys even tie off a rope if you're just gonna all jump 30 feet?
I'm not gonna jump.
That's
I
it.
mean, I'm climbing the
I'm
rope.
killing you
but
guys
Feal-
off. This is bullshit. You can't jump with full armor 30 feet up.
No, I'm climbing down the
Yeah.
rope. But Fealty can't climb a rope.
I
She
mean,
doesn't
he doesn't
have
need to
climb.
come into the town. He can stay here.
Fuck that. We're going in to meet with some important nobles. You think I'm going to show up walking on
feet.
foot like you plebs?
Such a good point.
Alright.
Alright, so go ahead, Aaron.
Okay.
Damage.
You can climb
So
down.
Roll 3d6.
I hope
this
he
for-
backs out and he disappears.
Is this for fealty?
Yeah.
Terrible.
I'm
So
gonna.
Fealty is
Take
now at
Like 20
Minus-
something.
25 hit points. And then I'll just toss 8 hit points of lay on hands
Alright.
to bring her back up to 33.
Alright, Aravan, you climb down. You can do an athletics to climb the rope down.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, I'm gonna.
And then
He's gonna look at Floristan and Fealty
no
and
problem.
be like, You do not see me trying to polymorph or carry people in full armor. You guys need to stay in your lane. This is my thing.
It's my
How
Guys,
exactly did you expect Fealty to have gotten down without jumping?
He could have stayed there. You are so vainglorious. It's ridiculous.
So
You guys are forgetting something
as you guys
very
are doing
important.
this, Grimmeth and Brom,
Grimmeth.
what are you guys doing?
Grimmeth is doing a swan dive off the front, and he will cast slow fall on
Thank you.
himself. Or
Alright.
feather fall.
God
Feather
damn it!
fall.
You could have just told me you were going to do. I assumed no one was going
I
to cast
said
that.
that.
Oh, you did? I didn't hear you.
All right.
He did.
Well,
say
it's
that.
it's
He did.
one
And
each.
if
Oh, no,
Braum
it's
jumps off at the same time, I'll cast it on him as well.
Well, Brom was climbing and then
Stumbled. So
something
that's what you
caught.
did.
So yeah, you actually helped him out. Brom, you almost lost your grip, and then you feel yourself get lighter, and you slowly fall, and you grab back onto the rope, and then you make your way back down. But Grimmeth gives you like a nod. It looks like as he's swan diving slowly down.
Yeah, as soon as Braum feels like he's falling, he's gonna grab the rope like I don't even know how to describe it. Just like balled up on the rope, like clinging on for dear life.
Yeah, legs and everything all curled
Yeah,
up.
yeah. He's like a big ball, just on it. Like, oh god.
But you make it down, and then as Grimmeth slowly falls and lands onto the ground, the convoy that are the group of mounted soldiers who are thundering towards you are here now. And it
Right.
looks
So I'm gonna mount up and like sort of just slowly walk out towards them.
okay, and
Can I
then
help you, gentlemen?
and you see they have lances at the ready, and in the back row they have crossbows, and they're like, oh, who goes there, and what is the meaning of this?
Ervin Landsblood. My companions and I have been summoned to meet with the council. Council, that was their name, right? Council.
Mhm, the council.
Council of Waterdeep.
And,
We are the heroes of Green Nest. Maybe you have heard that name before.
go ahead and do Aravan and Lee. Let's do persuasion.
Can I just assist Araman, I guess?
Yeah, you could do that.
Nah, he doesn't fucking need.
All right,
22.
22. All right, 22, and then
Ooh, yeah.
you see that they're eyeballing you guys, and finally one talks to the other that's in charge, and he says, "Yes, we've been told of your coming, but we had no idea this is the kind of interest you would make."
Well, what the hell did you expect from us? We're heroes.
Well, when you form an alliance with a cloud giant,
Yes.
or storm giant,
Yep.
Cloud.
cloud
Take
giant.
Cloud.
When you form an alliance with a cloud giant, this is the kind of aid you get.
Cloud
Anything.
giant. I hope you will also take full responsibility for any actions or anything problems that may arise from this castle being here.
What problems may arise? There's a reason we left it floating instead of landing it.
Fine then. You farmer, go back to work. Nothing could concern you here. It's like, but my
Nothing
crops.
here.
He's
I gotta
outside the
harvest.
city walls.
I gotta
it's 20
harvest
feet
this
up
stuff.
in the air. It's
30.
not going to fall.
I ain't worried about that. Look at all the shadow it's casting over. Nothing's gonna grow over on that
It's
corner.
almost nighttime. Calm yourself. We will not be here that long.
Yeah.
Now, God's people, as they say, take us to your leader.
In the morning we can move it somewhere.
That's all right. I'm already harvesting anyways, and no new growth for a couple months now.
I'll palm him 10 gold for his troubles.
10 gold. All right.
That's like
10 gold.
as much as he was gonna make all
Yeah.
year.
Like maybe even more.
Well,
He-
I mean,
he
a
looks
giant
at it.
floating castle doesn't almost land on your crops every day. So,
he like
for your troubles.
he gives you
for
like
your
a
troubles.
big toothy smile, and he's like, "Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you." And he goes inside, and you hear him talking to someone, and a cheer go up inside. And then the riders they look at you guys and they say, only one of you has a mount. Here, you four. Double up. Get these men a horse.
I cast polymorph and turn myself into a T-Rex.
Can you even do T-Rex?
You bet your ass I can.
T-Rex is 8th level, I think. It's an 8. It's CR8 creature, so yes.
Done.
Can I counterspell that?
You can try.
You know, there are other
You're
more
third level
appropriate-
exhaustion. I don't know.
There are other more appropriate
Yeah, that's
animals
right.
to polymorph yourself into.
But then
Oh,
that
like
wouldn't
a
be Florist
giant
Dan.
Why
crocodile.
not
That would-
Triceratops?
That
I'm
would
aware.
not be Floor
Well, you can
Stand.
actually ride it.
Yeah, guys,
I'm
hop
not
on.
counterspelling.
I'm huge.
Can you even talk? You can't talk.
Nope.
No. And you're as dumb as a T-Rex now, so you're probably not even sure if we're allies anymore.
So this,
Which is fine.
alright. And you guys did check the challenge rating. Challenge rating 8.
God, you already
Yeah.
have token ready.
Let me. Let me
Why don't you just polymorph into a giant ape? So not.
Oh, because that won't be scarier than T-Rex. I'm
No,
both
the
pretty
key point
scared.
is a giant ape has like 10 intelligence or something.
Alright, so this T-Rex appears as you see Floristan casting Polymorph, which you guys are all too familiar with since he's done it on a couple of you now. And
Stop that.
he expands out into this gigantic Tyrannosaurus Rex, and you see all the soldiers like gasp, and the horses are whinnying and going out of control. And they're like,
Really?
"Whoa,
Really, Floristan?
what is this? You're casting a magical spell of some sort.
Floristan being foolish again.
He cannot.
I assume-
he cannot
I
go
assume-
into the city with your monster."
Yeah,
I cannot blame you. Yes.
Yeah. You hear that, Floristan? If you want to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex, you can't go into the city.
And
I start-
the T-Rex
walking
hangs its
towards
head
the
sadly.
No, I start walking towards the city.
God damn it.
That we are not responsible for. We are
Yeah.
completely independent. This comes out of his share of reward, okay? Any trouble that they cause, that is his.
All right,
In
you
fact,
see,
I'll drop it. I'll drop it.
you see the guys are starting
I
to.
say we just smacking him until he fails his concentration check.
Just start whipping him. No, bad Floristan. Bad Floristan.
You see the soldiers are getting control of their horses, and the guys have their crossbows aimed at the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and you see that 4 of the guys have kind of created a line to stop, to block off the T-Rex.
Yeah, calm down. It was a joke. Let's go.
Are you happy now, Floristan?
Did you
Are
drop back
happy
down?
having wasted
Yeah.
I dropped it.
All right.
There goes
It would have
one
been
control.
faster.
There goes 100 miles.
Yeah, that's true. How are we gonna cast off? All right.
All right,
Cast off and
now-
do nothing.
Ignore him.
Let's
He
go
is
tomorrow.
a prankster. Now let's take us to the city. We not do that in the city. We promise. Or I promise. I can't promise for him.
If he does that, we'll smack him up.
Smack 'em. All right, so you guys are jump on the horses that they give you, and there's actually a group of 4 stay behind, and they start kind of making camp, and they talk to the farmer. It looks like they're gonna keep an eye on the castle right here.
Yeah. I wouldn't go up in the castle unless the giant gives you permission. If I were you.
And the 4 like look at each other and they're like, "Giant? What a giant!" You see none of them have any kind of interest in climbing that rope. You guys ride on the horses with your contingent of soldiers, and you're riding towards Waterdeep, and the beautiful wall and gate is before you. And as you near Waterdeep, you can see the towering buildings that are some even taller than the wall behind it, and a lone rider is on his way out to meet you as you guys are heading towards it. And when he gets closer, you can see that it looks to be Leosin. He gets close enough to pull his riding hood off, and he greets you guys with a warm smile and a wave.
Hey, Leosin, did you see that? You see that? I just played a joke. That was hilarious.
I'm afraid that I missed your joke.
I
But
do
it
it
is
again.
it is great to see you guys. I haven't seen you for so long, and we have much catching up to do.
Likewise.
And he talks to one of the soldiers, and he says, yes, these men are with me. I will take them under my ward, and we will have your horses returned to you once they are finished with them. And he tells them where he's staying and what inn, and the guy in charge like gives you guys one last look and nods, and then they head into the city, and you're left standing there with Leosin. All you guys are on horses, and Erevan on fealty, and he says, come, let us go into where I have some rooms prepared. We have been waiting for your arrival for quite some time. I don't suppose you must have got the message finally.
Oh yeah, we got it.
Well,
That's-
come. Let's
Hang on. Point of
In a
order.
way,
the
we
message was
got it.
being carried by the guys who were killed, right?
Yep.
So
But we're not going to talk about that out in the open on the way to the end.
Agreed.
But we are going to talk about how much money we are owed. It has
That's
been
fine, yeah.
a long journey, and we were promised a certain amount per day. It has been many, many days.
Of course. Let us go in private. We can talk about such matters. And
I will waive my fee in exchange for magic boots. Just putting that out there.
So you guys go into Waterdeep, and it's this beautiful city. You guys have been there before, but as the sun's kind of starting to set, you can see that it just casts a nice light and glow throughout the city. It doesn't take long for Leosin to traverse the streets and get you to the inn he's staying at. It's called the Chestnut Grove Inn, and he leads you in after you tie your horses up, and of course fealty. He mentions that perhaps dismissing her, or she can stay around back away from the rest of the horses would be best.
All right, I guess I'll dismiss fealty.
All right. He leads you guys into the inn, and he has he just goes up right to his room, and you see it's a private room, and it has a kind of office offset to it, or a second like living room area, so the nice suite. And he says, well, come, tell me all about your adventures that brought you here. I will send. I've already sent word for the council to be reconvened tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so first thing,
It occurs to me. Do you think
you
it would
sent
be? Oh no.
some people. You sent some people to come find us, yeah, and tell us about the meeting. So they didn't make it actually. We found them. They were dead in a hotel room. We got some information out of them to meet you here, but just wanted to let you know that they're not going to be working for you anymore.
What do you mean they didn't make it? What happened to them?
They were murdered.
Murdered, you say? By whom?
Lee?
Not by Lee.
By Lee?
Not
No,
by
no,
Lee.
no.
Yeah.
No, not by Lee. Not by Lee. I'm turning to Lee and being like, Lee, do you want to explain this?
There is an organization you may have heard. They are called the Nine Golden Swords.
Yes.
Very powerful group, very powerful. And they have a little bit of a problem with me at the moment.
Yes,
Kind of like the cult.
I have
kind of
heard
like
of
the-
I have heard of a group shadowing you guys, but unfortunately we were unable to intercept them. You say they are from the Nine Golden Swords, and what is this? What is this problem that they have with you, or some kind of retribution or attack?
Florestan's listening intently.
So something like that. I might have been a member, and might have needed to escape, and that might be frowned upon by people if they realized I was still alive. So we kind of need to kill these people before they get word back that I am still alive.
Well, I will certainly try to keep tabs on them. Although we lost We lost them in the Grey Peak Mountains, and now I know why. This is most troubling news. That group of Harpers that I sent your way were more than capable. Even I would say, or at least I thought they would be as capable and resilient as you, but apparently not. Sad news. But such is our life as Harpers. It is wrought with danger and peril at every corner.
Right, so that's the bad news. But we did some shit too, right? We did some good stuff. We killed a bunch of people and that stuff.
Well, the castle, please. I glimpsed at it from a distance, but it is quite remarkable.
Perhaps we should give this story in front of Council of Waterdeep.
Yes, I believe that is a great idea. Now, I must tell you that we have tried to convene the council, and I've been holding them off as long as possible, but patience is waning, and for some of them, and for others, it seems to be that they don't even want to talk anymore, and instead want to do their own thing. So, if there's anything that your story can bring, it will be truth to these goings-ons around the Sword Coast. I don't suppose you have any kind of, I don't know, perhaps something to show them and prove to these naysayers that trouble is amiss.
We have a mask.
We
No,
have
we
a
don't.
mountain.
Oh, we don't have that mask?
We don't have
we
the
have
mask.
the
Talus.
second time now.
We gave the mask to Talus.
You did what with the mask?
Uh-huh.
We managed to capture a
We
black
have
dragon
infiltrated.
mask, but we made the alliance of a member of the cult who seeks to turn it in a different direction. One Talus the White.
Oh, yes, I do know of Talus. She does seem to be a prude businesswoman, but I had no idea she had connections with the cult. Or at least to that extent. And you say you gave her one of the dragon masks?
It was a condition of her cooperation.
And how are you sure she will cooperate and not
We are sure.
turn
There
it
are
over?
other members of the cult who expressed their disdain for her and her unwillingness to join them in their current direction.
Yes, indeed. Frankly, she doesn't have a choice. If she doesn't cooperate with us, she'll be alone or at least she'll lose one potential ally. And I think she values her life than she would. I think she values her life and her power enough to cooperate with us to defeat the rival faction.
I see.
Well, if she cooperates with us, she's also risking her life, and I don't think the cult will think twice about killing a member who's deceiving in their ranks.
She's already deceiving in the ranks.
Exactly. So who's to say she's not already dead?
She is powerful in her own right.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, I must warn you again. The council is at each other's throats in some cases, but just arguments, and you must understand that some of them have their hearts in the right place, but are unwilling to sacrifice any men or resources to the cause unless there's proof.
Do you think having a cloud giant with a floating castle, sworn vengeance upon the cult, speak at the council would strengthen our position?
And with that,
Don't
he
we
gives
still
you
have-
a big smile. He's like, "Yes, I believe that would be quite the news to this council, and get some of these old fools off of their ass."
Or
we have-
perhaps the sentient sword of the former Black Dragon mask.
That's true.
Don't we have
Although
Resmir's body, too?
That's not exactly cooperative.
Oh, you
I guess
you
technically we
mentioned
do have her
Resmir,
body
the
in
Black
that.
Worm speaker. What? You dispatched of her?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
The worm
Oh, yes.
speaker is worm food.
We also encountered some sort of lich or specter or something of a former Black Dragon mask bearer.
But we cannot recreate that. I don't know if that will help us in our
Yeah,
persuasion.
he killed it. At least.
We kill lots of things
I mean,
related to cult.
Technically, we
Sent it.
should still have Resmir's body up on the castle
Mhm.
somewhere. I don't know where they disposed of him.
Oh,
Do
it's
we
what's
still have-
left of her body. I fucked it up pretty good.
Oh, yes.
Ew, you necrophiliac.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. We have her sword.
Floristan.
It's
We have
recently
re-
dead.
We have Resmir's sword. I've been using it. It's quite a nice weapon, although it's kind of evil and has a mind of its own.
Yeah,
Oh,
about
oh.
that. We're gonna have to get rid of that sword real quick.
Yeah. No, how about no? I still think. I mean, it is becoming a problem.
Oh, so you admit it is a problem, so therefore we should get rid of it.
I admit that it's a problem.
Uh-huh,
I don't think it's
so-
an insurmountable problem.
Okay. I believe I've heard you on multiple times say, no, I don't want to kill them.
Yeah.
So if it's
Yep,
yeah,
I've heard that
he
too.
keeps asking me to kill people, including you guys, and I keep
Right,
telling
uh-huh.
it no. Look,
right,
it-
and how long are you going to be able to do that? So yeah, we're going to get rid of the sword.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It will
I
eventually
can
have an
totally
influence
keep
on
doing
you.
this for. I see no reason to
No
assume
doubt.
that I can't keep doing this for an unlimited amount of time. It has interfered in my attacks now and then. You know, I've had a battle of wills, but it's never tried to. It's never even tried to attack one of you guys. Tried to overwhelm me and attack one of you guys. It's just
Mhm,
asked
yeah.
me.
Yeah,
As
I
long as,
imagine-
as long as I keep sating it with the blood of villains and monsters that are worthy, I don't see the problem.
Yeah, Brom. I bet I could steal it from him. Don't worry about it.
okay.
I imagine if
Whoa.
there is anybody that can assist, it is the Council of Waterdeep. They are probably
Yes.
very powerful individuals.
Yeah, there's probably a pretty powerful wizard who can actually tell it. Yeah, I don't look. If there's actually a danger of this thing taking over my mind and like making me attack you guys,
You won't know.
I wholeheartedly agree. Let's take the sword and break it in two.
But there is a danger of it doing it because it keeps telling you to attack and kill us.
Hey! If we have some like random beggar on the street who keeps coming up to you and saying, "Kill your friends! Kill your friends!" Does that mean that the random beggar has mind control powers?
So
Oh.
as you guys are talking,
I mean,
Leo-
I would start
Leosin-
to consider it after a while.
Leosin holds his hand up, and he was interested in your conversation at first, and then you see that he's either distracted or something, but he holds his hand up for silence, and he says, Do you hear that? And
Oh.
around you, there's nothing, and he's like, listen, there's no sound from outside. The city has gone unnaturally quiet. And you can feel this sudden shift in the wind, and it's a strange sense of unease as the pressure in the air drops, and it feels like maybe a storm or something, but deep down beneath you, you can feel almost a faint tremor of maybe an earthquake far, far away, but you're not sure. None of the dogs are barking, none of the birds are chirping, none of the horses have done anything, and even the street vendors outside and the inn itself have gone all silent.
Are we near a window? Can I go look out the window?
Sure.
Look
So
outside?
you go out to look, and you see that for a second everything is quiet. The animals are looking like they're nervous. They got their dogs have their tails between their legs, and the horses begin to be a little skittish, and cats and them are running around, and even Brahm, you can feel a little bit of it because you feel like almost a nervousness or impatience like brooding within. And that's where we'll stop today's episode.
Ooh.
Ah, shit.
Chilling.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We're on again for next week. Back on the regular schedule.
Next
Uh,
week. Wait.
Yippers.
Next
Yep.
week.
Oh, okay.
Hold
This
on.
is our off week.
This was we pushed back the 21st because it was Easter to this week. So the next
Got
week
it.
is still the normal week.
On the 5th. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be here.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm getting
Oh.
married. I'm getting married on the 4th.
Man, enough with
Oh,
this marriage
congratulations.
crap. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Take it from me.